Hello, happy Friday, and welcome in. How are we? How's it going? I feel like my ears need to pop. They won't do it. Thank God it's Friday. Yeah. What's up, friends? How we doing? Good to see you all. I'm really glad the weather outside is the way it is now and not what it was earlier. Yeah. Earlier would have probably been a little rough. Um, our stuff was flickering all over the place, man. It was really bad, but it eventually went away. It's been on the clear side here for like 2 hours. So all should be well. Storming for you? Yeah, it just stopped here like a little while ago. So the viewer games shall commence. Wednesday stream was so fun to. I appreciate that, Courtney. It was a good time. I only hoped that Baron had felt better than he did. I'm glad he was able to join for a bit. But yeah, he wasn't feeling hot all day. And then he finally jumped in to hang out. Millsy, what's up, homie? Hi, Juju. I saw your message right before I started stream. My goal is to get out there tomorrow to get it. And I swear to God, if they hide it again. Are we doing viewer games for the whole stream? Correct. Yes, this entire stream is going to be us playing viewer games. Yes. Indeed. Jason, thank you for the 2 months, man. Thank you so much for the tier 3. Good God. And Pick a Duck, thank you for the follow. Hello. Can't wait to see what the soda is. Oh, I can't wait either. I'm so excited. I'm not sure anything gets me more excited than that. Ugh. Oh God, don't do this to me. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to get my camera getting recognized by the stream. Oh God. Oh God. What if I choose a different device? I did have a good day. I did. We're going to have some family coming to visit us, which is going to be awesome and great because they're awesome and great. Okay, wait. It looks laggy. Oh, I had to restart my PC. I swear to God, dude. Hold on. I might need to unplug my I might need to unplug my camera and plug it back in. Give it the old gentleman's try. Okay, I'm trying things. Hold. I'm trying stuff. I got to figure out why my camera is being laggy. Because I could see it. In OBS, it was being a butt. Okay. Man, I will never understand. I'll never get it. I'll never understand. Did you do the classic turn it on, turn it? I did the classic, turn it off, turn it back on, unplug it and plug it back in. Yeah, I did nothing special. But if anybody's a creator, they probably understand what that's like. If you use a capture card, especially where all of a sudden you'll be really choppy in OBS as if you're not plugging it into the correct slot. But yeah, it's fine. No, I don't need a new camera. No, the camera's great. Camera's fantastic. Yeah, it's wonderful. If you guys, by the way, if you're looking to play, do exclamation point rules so you guys can see what the rules are for the games. It will also include within there a link. That link is where you get the code when it is your turn to play. Okay. Just as a heads up. Art, thank you for the 79 months, man. Gosh dang. Hey, Tron, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Hold on. Let's go back over here. Okay, good. Fritz, thank you for the 21 months. Kev. Oh my God. Kev, welcome back, dude. Zoe, thank you for the gifted. Maddie, thank you for the 13. And Bucky, thank you for the 4. What update are you looking forward to next? This month. Whatever this month's update is. Yeah. This month we're getting another quality of life update. We're just waiting for more details. Is it going to be going past 10 p.m. Eastern? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Viewer games only work on the website, not the app. What do you mean? I don't understand. Smoky Bones, thank you for the 6 months. Thank you for the 14. Hello. Missed the cow stream? Yeah. Yeah. It was a thing. Riding in Baltimore, spent the whole day walking around DC with 2 kids before we dove in. Thankful to be able to lazy at the hotel tonight. Watch the stream. Kooky. I hope you guys had a great freaking time, dude. Oh man, just arrived in Baltimore. You guys doing anything special? There's parts of Baltimore I really do enjoy. Yeah. Too awkward? No, you're fine. No, Envy, that's okay, friend. Don't worry about it. You're fine. All is well. Wifey, hello. Had a Revenant on a blood moon last night. It was scary. Oh, you lucky dog. You lucky. You're going to see BTS? Oh, that's awesome. I think Speed like loves them to death. We're not starting this, Mr. 420. How do we sign up? So it's a very simple system as to being able to join. It's literally a channel point redeem. So if the channel point redeem is not there to join the queue, then the queue is either not open or it's full. That's it. There's no exclamation point this. There's none of that. There's none of this. But then that website that I pointed you to with exclamation point rules, that website is where you'll see the code populate when it's your turn. You will not see the code show up unless it is your turn. So I had a bot made for this so that we could do this the way that we wanted it done. Did I done hear someone say Baltimore? You did. You did. They were in DC, then they were going to Baltimore. You know, it's really funny. Whenever anybody talks about how to pronounce that, I don't realize or catch myself saying it because I'm like, no, it's Baltimore. But then every time I talk about it, I say Baltimore. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like an hour and change from Baltimore. Had to walk away to play decent around, so I enjoy watching viewer games more. No, that's all good. Taking rest break in South Carolina. Nice. Rain, good to see you. Hello. You just had to restrict it to 18 plus. Correct. For the safety of you and also the people that are playing. Yes, I did. Correct. Because playing with people that are underage, it can be a little bit dicey. So we do 18 plus for the safety of the entire community. Yeah. It sounds like Voldemort. It does sound like Voldemort. That's correct. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Squishy, thank you for the 13 months. Jimbo, thank you for the 15, homie. Yeah. So just make sure, follow the rules. There's no need for discussion of ages. No need for all that jazz. Nope. No need. All is well, friends. But yeah, that's it. Oh, MB, that's so kind of you to say. There's so many amazing communities out there. There really are. Plus. Get out of here. Hi, caramba. You can always try to join later, Mike. You can always try later, for sure. But yeah, it'll be a channel point redeem. So it'll pop up. It'll populate whenever it's time, friends. Just got to wait for the time. We'd be finding all the Marylanders in chat. Bully, how far they are. What, bully, how far? Wait, what do you mean bully? Wait, what? Rules. Ugh. God. Boss, thank you for the 5 subs, dude. Thank you. Trying to enjoy my last week of summer before I have to go back to teaching. My wife is experiencing a very similar feeling because she's also a teacher. So it's getting close. She loves her job. She loves the kids. She loves being able to be a part of their lives. But still, you know, you go from a summer break to that. I see it every year. You know what I mean? I see it every year. I love it, but you don't have to love every aspect of it. It's fair. Totally fine. Mayor, thank you for the 55 months, homie. Damn. Can't believe it's been that long. Jesus Christ. Hi, Karumba. Is 14 years old fine? Well, seeing as that you have to be 18 or older, probably not. August is the Sunday of summer. Is the Sunday of summer? My kindergartner starts this Monday. Holy moly. Damn, that's so freaking soon, man. If you're not 18 and your parents don't care about anything, is that okay? No. No. Not okay. Does your IQ need to be more than 18? We prefer at least a 19 IQ, if you don't mind. Preferable, if you don't mind. Comment, thank you so much for the biddies, dude. You better knock it the hell off. Thank you for the biddies comment. Good to see you. Beans, thank you for the 7 months. I'm good, friend. But yeah, main rules, it's super easy, friends. It's just 18 plus, have a microphone, respect the people we're playing with. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter what prestige you are. We don't give a shit. We're here to have fun, man. I'm not here to sweat games. I don't care. We are here just to have a good time. If you break the rules, if you break the rules, your mom's a hoe. That's the way it goes. Kid safety. Amen. Amen. Every year since I graduated high school, it seems like they're just flying by. Yeah, oh yeah. It happens, man. Illinois is 2 seasons, summer and winter. See, but fall is the best. I love the fall. I love it. Tear State Ashes, thank you for the 3 months. Started watching the vids on YouTube and then moved here as well. It's been a fun 3 months. Learned so much. Oh my God. My own creations. Bring me some winter. Winter's fine. It's fine. Hey, Lodge, good to see you, friend. Yeah, I don't mind it that much. I just really hate when it snows a lot. I really don't like it. It's just such a pain in the ass. If it wants to do a light dusting, that's fine. But when my roads get smothered and it sucks. Tired of summer here in Louisiana. Want cooler temps? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can only get so naked before it gets socially awkward. So bring on the cold weather. We can layer up. You know what I mean? Picking up what I'm putting down. In Texas, sick of the heat. Oh, I can only imagine, dude. I can only imagine. Not have a repeat of last winter. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Any other season besides summer? Yo, the fires are definitely not helping. Araby, listen. You listen here, bucko. I have seizures, so the heat isn't helping. Oh, really? The heat does the heat like literally increase it? You work outside? Damn, dude. I did for a time way back when. Yeah, I worked outside no matter if it was the summer or if it was winter. Doing electrical work. You had to get the shit installed somehow. Yeah, that sucked. That was not a very good time. Always with video games. It's always so strange watching the VOD back for the parts I was in. No, listen, it's all good fun. Listen. I'll let you guys know, by the way, you'll hear me say out loud when the queue is open. You'll hear me say when we're ready for more people to rotate in. So that way, if maybe I don't want you to like having to sit there, just be at the ready, like keyboard and mouse ready to rock. But that way you can get the channel point up and join whenever it's time. So I'll keep you guys posted. We are going to start with a soda today. Relax. Thanks, mods. Average, thank you for the follow. Dead Sector, welcome in. Ribs, thank you for the 18, dude. Walking outside DC today had me down bad. All the respect for my husband who delivers from Amazon in the heat all day. Dude, it's rough. When you're not used to being out like that, dude, it can get kind of rough. It really can. Don't say, come on, blue cheese. You better knock it off. You better knock it off right now. Shanna. Thank you for the dono, dude. Oh my God. Shanna, thank you so much. Jesus. I know everyone is. Everyone's very, very hopeful. Let's go ahead and get Phasmo open so we can get the games cracking. The sooner we start playing, the more games we can play. No, you need a microphone to play. Yeah, the entire point, because we need to be able to communicate with each other. If somebody doesn't have a microphone, then I can't talk to them. Did you enjoy being an electrician? It was a job. Would I go back to it? No. No, I'll panhandle. We'll figure it out. I was Devil Wears Nada. Oh, rebranding. Oh, that's cool. Hey, that's a good rebrand. Now, Cozy, is it, would you just say Yelly or Yell? Do I drop the last E? Too sick to watch you down with soda? I'll say out loud we're done the soda whenever we're done. Or you'll hear me struggling, which you'll know that I'm done. Do you think you're going to do another St. Jude? I do my St. Jude streams in May. So for the entire month of May. Yelly! There we go. Cozy Yelly. Got it. See? That's why I asked. How much did you make as an electrician, bro? I don't remember how much, bruh. But Skibbity Riz, not a ton. Phantom. Tax. Anywho, I'm not sure how many background noises will be in here. If anything that's annoying, please let me know. Wait, what? Oh, so, that's another pro tip. Pro tip. Any viewer games you ever play, push to talk. Be on push to talk. I say that because then it safeguards you from being the one that's providing accidental background noise, but it also stops you from getting got by the damn ghost. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Amber, thank you for the biddies, dude. All right. Oh, no. Maybe. Oh, shit. I got to fix that. Whoops. Open mic is that break? I swear to God. You listen here. Don't you come in here causing problems, ma'am. Can you be on? Of course you can be on console. Of course. Platform, level, none of that matters. That doesn't matter. What do you have to push to talk? My push to talk is literally the side of my mouse. Yeah. It's literally the side of my mouse. Oh, thank you, support. Hold on, let me check. Hold on, I'll check right now. Oh, thank you. I totally forgot. I forgot. Shit. But I'm on it. Oh God, this might make my screens go dark. Hold on. I gotta fix a thing. Would you please let me click on it? Oh my God, I'm freaking out. How long are you going for tonight? Normal time, if not longer. Oh my God, it won't. I'm trying to go to my settings and it won't let me do it. I might have to go to my other computer. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Already broken stuff? Yes. All right, I'm going to stop it over on the kick side so I can restart it. Pain in my ass. I didn't break anything. I'm trying to click. Oh my God. Give me a second. Hold on. All right, I fixed it. All right, it's fixed. All right, I fixed it. Okay, there we go. Fixed. Does Doc stream on his own? Of course he does. Of course he does. He absolutely does. He does all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Never thought about using the buttons on the side of the mouse. Oh yeah. So I have a Logitech G502 wired, and I've got the two buttons that are like right there where my thumb is. So I use one for local and one for global push to talk. So I just go to the Logitech app and I rebind those buttons. Yeah. Lodge, we're gonna see. I'm trying something today, friend. I already made a mistake because I forgot to turn on the multi-stream thing. So I made a boo-boo, but I stopped it to start it so we could fix it. Do the same thing. Oh yeah, it works great. Rather than using my fingers to like talk. Yeah. All right. So Lodge, I'm trying something different today. Technical talk. I don't think I was using my main encoder when I was streaming over there. So we're going to try that today. So we're doing a test. We're doing a test run. And hopefully it works. Hopefully, Little Town Soldier. Thank you for the 14 months, dude. Fry, thank you for the year. Yeah. So we're going to try that and see how it works. What is the difference between local and global push to talk? So the local, so it's just your local speech or you're talking through the radio. The local talk is the people that can hear around you. The global is when you talk through the walkie and everyone can hear you. Yeah. Juju. Renaissance, hello, how are you? Yeah. So local, around you. Global, everyone can hear you via the radio. So when you hear someone hit their walkie, that's what global is. Yeah. Roman, I'm good. I can never use my mouse. I have to use it. Oh no, I like it. I like it. Without the mouse, it feels weird. Without the mouse, it feels strange. Yeah. Yeah, and I know that console at some point is going to be getting mouse and keyboard integration. So I know that's in the works. Yeah. Roman, read the pin message, dude. Hey, Cap, good to see you. You made blueberry muffins? Bruh. Oh, you made blueberry muffin bread. Oh, that's even better. That's a whole loaf. Shit, I'll take some. Let's go. All right, before we get going, before I start the queue, before I do any of that jazz, well, thanks to the mods, we gotta do this first. Do I play DBD? No, I think I've played DBD maybe 4 times in my life. Maybe. Something like that. Although the last time I played, I mean, no gens completed. I did knock everybody. Although I was playing with friends. So it was a little different. I was told it was really good, whatever I did. I don't know. I just went after people. All right. So the reason we are doing this is because I owe it to stream. We had a wheel spin to do last time and you know, the nice thing said was, why don't you do an IOU instead of doing both in the same night? So this is my IOU, so I'm not doing 2 sodas in the same night because that's rough as shit. Yeah. Akil, thank you for the 2 months. Swapwichan was holding the equipment for more customers. That could be kind of cool. I don't know. I feel like that might cause issues. If you're able to like take the thermo and place it in your left or place it on the right, or I don't know, maybe it like how you're holding this, like which order you pick the items up in, that's how it decides which hand. I don't know. That could get really confusing. If you get another soda later, it'll be another IOU. I know. And then it'll just never end. The streak that I had with none of them will be kaput. All right. I think if I land on Black Olive, I think we got to go again. I haven't updated the wheel. I've missed it. Cap, we're going to try, man. I'm hoping that what I did in my settings worked. So we're going to see if it did or if it didn't. I don't know. All right. Okay. Not, you know, there's nothing good here. It's not like, oh, at least no, they all suck. But it could be worse. I don't need more, Emery. No. Absolutely not. We are fine. You know, it was Pizza Friday. Pizza and wings? Great. Awesome. Good, great, grand. Emery will do whatever she wants. I'm aware, but I can still try to put on some influence and say no thank you. Safe from blue cheese again. I know. It's that luck's gonna run out though. Oh wait. That luck is gonna go, it's gonna go bye-byes. In case you were curious, yes, it is artificial. Just in case you're wondering. I hate that it looks orange. I also hate that it looks orange. Yes, they're carbonated. Yeah. I hoped that that kick would glitch the wheel. Not blended chicken wing. Ugh. Imagine drinking that liquid form. As opposed to no. The mustard one? Wait, do I have mustard? Hold on. I got corn? No. Shit. I don't have mustard. The mustard one says that it is 100% real. Like, as in not artificial. Yeah, the mustard one does. Okay. I have a drink in there. I've got the coffee here. Okay. What a way to start the day. Is it spicy? No, it's cold and it tastes really weird. What I walk into? Nothing. Just look away. Look away. Look away. You didn't see a thing. Ugh. Not, I'm good to see you. Like that one like hurts the throat. That one like hits you like right there. Like it just lives right there. Ugh. All right. You okay there? Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm trying to stop it from coming back, like burping it back up because it's not going to be gross. I guess it kind of was spicy. Good Lord. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted, dude. I didn't know you. Oh, yeah, I chug them. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we don't F around here. Do it again. I hate your face. Ugh. My nose. Okay. I'm hoping this all goes swimmingly. I think we're just going to dive in, man. I think we're just going to dive right in. Little Pepto chaser. Yeah, don't mind me if I do.
Looks
Blue,
like
think of the 20.
in need of help.
Why was it in my right ear? All right. Do not forget, this is on NA servers. NA servers. What do I normally have the wait? I think I do a 6 people waiting, right? I think I do. Because we draw 3 in and then I have 6 waiting in the queue. I think. Yeah. I think that's what we do. You used to like blue cheese? I've never liked blue cheese anything. See, which is really funny because like I love ranch. Well, not love, but like I like ranch. Ranch is good. But the ranch soda is a monstrosity that deserves to sink to the bottom of the ocean. For sure. So whenever I open this queue, when I open the queue, the way you join is via channel points. There will be a new channel point that will pop up. I thought it was usually a 5-person queue. I'm trying to remember how I did it. Because I mean, the 6 would make sense. Because if I'm pulling 3 in to play with me and then the other 3 to play with me would probably make... Oh, 5 was the other bot. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. It said 9. Yeah, but I changed it. I literally just changed it. Okay. All right, friends, the channel point should be there. It should be active. 6 of you will be able to join. And then the queue will be full, not closed, but full. So the channel point will disappear. I will let you, as soon as I pull 3 people into the game, they will be active and then 3 more people can join the queue. And it will just continue working like that. We'll do 2 games with each group and then we'll just move on to the next. We are not worried about perfect games necessarily. If we're moving and schmoving and we get close to a perfect game, we might as well go for it. I'm cool with that. But if the ghost is being a pain in the ass and we're like, you know what? Everyone else is dead. Why would everyone else be dead? Then we'll just, yeah. What in sync? Oh, you're good, Crow. No worries. You're fine. 6-person queue, but somebody, yeah, I think so. I think it's because when we did the other bot, it was a 5-person, but when I had this made, I can have it whatever I want. No, it's 2 games. 2. So right now in the queue, we have Millsy, Valkyrie, Ace, Jason, Dawes, and Sylvie. Okay. So then we have a max of 3 active. So 3 spaces just open in the queue. Channel point. Millsy, Valkyrie, and Ace, if you guys refresh your page for the code, you should have it. Should be there. And this is the way we've been doing viewer games for the past, I don't know. It's been a while now, but it's been working great. You don't have to go to join Discord. You don't have to go do a bunch of different stuff. You literally just use that website so you can see the queue and so you can join that way. I'm trying to stop myself from burping. See you, Roman. Have a good one, dude. There we go. Would you rather see a new map or do you prefer the map reworks? I don't mind either way. If they're focused on doing the map reworks, that's cool with me, as long as the game plays well. I don't need 75 maps. That's the thing. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi. How's it going?
It's going good.
It's funny.
I'm exhausted.
At first, I looked at your card and I was like, when did you get? Oh, that was the drop badge. Oh, yeah. I was like, where the hell did that come from? Sorry. Long week.
No, you're good. Yeah. No, I get that. It's been a long week for me, too.
75 goes. How do you join? It's a channel point redeem. If you don't see it, it's because the queue is full. Yeah.
Friendo has arrived.
Oh, hi.
Oh, my God.
Oh, hey, how are you?
It's Millsy.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
my God. All right, Millsy, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to do your best Americanized accent that you can.
I can barely do an English accent.
Oh, right out. No, I'm not going to do that.
That's better mine.
Listen. I feel like that would be very offensive to that entire region if I tried. I feel like it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do accents.
I hear people do, like, actors. There are certain actors that do such good American, like, accent, like American English accents. Like, you would not know that they're from somewhere else. Like Hugh Jackman, Tom Holland, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hugh Laurie, right.
Yeah, Tom Holland is awesome.
They're so good. I feel like you could be the next Tom Holland. You just don't know yet.
Oh.
Gotta put you in a
Maybe.
Spider-Man suit now.
Oh. Crow, thank you for the membership, man. All right, who are we waiting on? All right, so we are waiting on Valkyrie, I think.
That sounds about right to me.
Yes. Yeah. We'll give Valkyrie a minute. 1930s gangster, Massey. Oh, thank you, Mayor. Okay, Valkyrie's coming. Go
Right,
ahead.
Tom fails to keep me alive. Can you keep me alive?
Don't put that pressure on me. You know what? We're gonna do our best. We're gonna keep you alive. Wearing this skull shirt probably doesn't set a good tone. What the hell?
Nope, it's not gonna work today.
Oh, they're laggy. Oh, they're laggy. I was like, what is happening? It's because they're laggy.
Sorry about that.
Hello.
Another friendo.
You were throwing blocks and the blocks were literally freezing in midair. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's multiplayer because they're like falling through each other. I can only get them to stack 3 high.
Yeah.
But.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
listen up, friends.
They're
We're not gonna. Here, I'll switch it back down. As for maps, per the usual, it's whatever you guys want. So if you guys want to pick whatever map, and we'll go from there. Valkyrie, I cannot hear you right now. Nay. I would double check, Valkyrie, if you're having problems with sound, I would double check your computer to make sure it didn't like change your microphone. Mine does that.
Yeah, sometimes it does that to me too.
Who's next in the queue? You should be able to see it on the website.
PC problems.
Jason, Dawes, and Sylvie are next up. They are next.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Let's go.
Awesome, thank you.
Hello. All right.
Thank you as well.
Well, they're trying to throw us into random madness, so I guess we just have to deal with it, okay? Come on, Willow. Oh, let's go. Called it. This is so loud. Called the map. Let's go.
You manifested.
Manifested it. Let's go. All right. Firmo. Do this. What do we have? All right. Grant Cray. We need to cleanse, capture video, and repel. Roger that. Kinetic partner hacks. I'm locked in. No blood. No.
And we have a haunted mirror.
Ooh. Le mirror. Well, maybe we should go ahead and take a peek in the mirror. Oh, never mind. EMF 5. The garage / workout room thing. Gym, whatever. You know what I mean. But yeah, EMF 5. Sweet. All right, camera's up. There we go. Put this laser pointer in there. Oh. Ghostie's very active. Yeah, this is the first game. Yeah. Indeed. EMF 5. I'm trying to think. I'm like, did I forget to set up anything? I don't think so. Get a gin. Oh, now I can get a gin in this gym. Oh, that's even better chances than the high school. Oh, I'll take it. I'm still a little bit laggy. I've got to. Oh man, I think it is. I think the kick side's still causing issues. We'll see, man. We'll see, Zero. I don't know how long it's gonna last today, friend. I feel like it's still causing problems. The ghost really wants to be involved. Yeah. What do we got? Where are you?
Far.
Oh. It likes all of us. Are you here? Are you here? Where are you?
Was taken away.
Are you near?
Older here.
Where are you?
Can we delete a sound?
Far from there.
Are you here?
Far.
Where are you?
Here in the.
Are you near?
From behind.
It's like echoey right there. Interesting.
So probably not a gala because it walked through both these salts, right?
As long as it walks through them like with enough time in between.
Gotcha.
But Wraith definitely can cross that off.
Definitely.
For
And we can
sure.
cross off Diane because it's a.
Twitch on a computer, realizing the computer was hella behind. Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on with it, man. It's being really, really dumb.
I think
It's
we even
still
got
causing
scared or
issues
twins.
though. What? Here, give it a cat toy. But yeah. It's over here. It's in the kitchen. It's in the kitchen. Oh my god, yeah, it's really bad. Lodge. Yeah, it is. Lodge, I'm gonna end it over there for right now, friend. I'm gonna end it over there. Just to be safe, because it's causing so many lag issues.
Can we delete the sound, please? It's deep.
Oh no, why did you do that?
We have absolutely no videos.
What the? Oh, that's okay. What the shit? Okay, got it. All right. Yes, let me check for freezing. Oh, or not. That's fine. When it's on, it usually works better. Oh, hey, Ghost is going for a run. All right, there we go. Logan, thank you for the gifted. Holy crap on a cracker.
Dang it. Ran into you too quick for me to get a video.
Oh my god. He tried to touch my soul. I don't want it. It's fun while it lasted. I know. I had to give it a try. I had to try. How to find out what a Hantu is. What do you mean? Emo, good to see you. Imagine the trouble. I wish it did.
We've got freezing.
Ooh, finally.
Ooh,
Ah,
twinsies.
duh, tweens. All right, we need video of the ghost. We need to cleanse and repel. All right, I do have a smudge.
Is enough? I also have a smudge.
Okay.
I do not.
Subaru, thank you for the 10 months.
But you know, you
Oh,
don't need a smudge.
wait. Listen, you can't.
You don't need it.
You can't put the burden on me and then you walk around without a smudge. That's right. That's right. You go get a smudge. You go get a smudge. Go. You go. You can come back in when you have a smudge. Oh wait. There we go.
Gotcha.
Oh my god. I'm still experiencing some weird lag though. It's weird. I don't know what's going on. Millsy likes kill. Oh yeah, thank you for the beaties. Alright. We need a video of it, but we can't make it appear.
If we need
Grant
to repel
Cray.
it, we can get it while it's hunting.
Well, that's true. We could do that. You want to try that?
We can do that.
All right. Let's put this maybe over here. Wait a minute. Was that the ghost? Is the ghost in the kitchen right now? Okay.
No.
it's technically still in there. Okay. Any other hiding by chance? We do have hiding back here.
Oh, good.
Flame on! You got this, you got this. I'm smudging! Run!
Oh,
Run, Millsy, run! Where's Millsy? Oh no. Where's Millsy? Asta, how are you? Where's Millsy?
oh.
Live, damn it, live. Millsy? No! Oh, hey, you're here. What the hell is it?
I did it. I lived.
Nice. Do we get all the objectives? Yeah, boy. Yes, we did. Look at that. That looks like a living Millsy to me.
Ah, get out, Tom.
Suck one, Tom. I mean, wait, that was mean. Tom, love you. He might be awake. We have to be careful. Nicely done, team. Look at that.
Look at that.
That Florida, dude. Nader Todd, the stream's going well, friend. How are you? Logan, thank you for the biddies. Thank you so much. All right. Good?
Okie dokie, boss.
Okie
Yep.
dokie.
Good.
Love it. Yeah, yeah. Get the ghosty. Get the objectives. Zippity doo on out of there. Did Millsy just book me? Dad's being strict. Wait, what happened?
Welcome back.
Millsy, did you just book me? Millsy, I swear to, oh my God. What is this? You both were together. You four, like,
Whoa.
oh, yeah, I got nothing. All right. Anyway, we're, pick the next map.
I vote Nels unless anybody else has
All right.
objections.
Nels? Dusty Trails?
Fine.
You love it. Stall.
Hit the.
I love the twins. I like the twins. It's a easy one to tell if you get used to getting hunted by them.
Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
Let me double check
got nothing else
the
to report,
cameras for
unfortunately.
possible herbicles. Nothing. Okay.
I will go get Breaker
Hey,
on.
Nostalgic, doing well, friend. I'm gonna bring Dots, Book, and Spirit Box. I dig it. I like it. Off we go.
Our breaker has been turned on.
Roger that.
Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail, oh Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail.
We got
Yep.
somebody from.
Ghosty. What's his name? Robert.
Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only
Wait, was that the ghost?
wagon master's hand keeps them rolling.
Good question.
Thought I heard a can. Did I hear a can?
It's my.
Where are you?
rush.
It's taken away.
Ha ha ha.
Oh.
We did. Lagoon gets mighty. Oh, Millsy, it's for you. Was it a private call?
Yeah, I can't talk. Can't talk right now. In a ghost hunt. Bye.
Logan, thank you for the biddies. Bella, thank you so much. Appreciate you, friends. Thank you, thank you.
I don't see no orbs.
Okay. Oh, we have dots. Oh, man, he walked right at me. We have spirit box and dots. We have dots. This might be a fan of Tom. Hot pocket?
Okay, so I played this map with rotator ship literally about half hour ago,
Okay.
and 3 of us died to a Dio.
Why would you say to a Dio?
Yeah, we all had our backs to it, and we thought it was
Object throw. Got
it was very embarrassing.
it. Was Tater one of the ones that got by the Dio?
No, he literally walked back in, and all 3 of us were just dead.
Oh. All right, I'm gonna go get more stuff.
No footsies?
Okay. A Dio, a Phantom, or a Yokai? Oh boy. Moving on. First time watching. What's up, dude? Welcome in. Oh my goodness.
How old are you?
I'd rather not say.
We do have footsies.
It's a fan of Tom. All right, they've already got that. Sound recorder and capture video of the ghost. Okay, I'm gonna grab a smudge and one of these. What the hell? The difficulty's on pro. Whenever we do viewer games, I always do pro. That way, it's a nice, even playing field for anybody that's joining. Nobody has to join into some difficult game mode that they're not used to. Lost from the rest.
If we have a photo camera that we can take a photo of this handprint.
Ghosty. Wait, do we have any sounds right now?
We still need a video
Oh, shit,
of the
you got all 3. Okay, I'll shut up. Yeah, we need a video of this, Stinky.
We can delete
Excuse
the
me.
object.
Yeah, that was my bad.
But we do have a summoning circle.
Hey, bush safety. Thank you, dude. Who's Jules? That might be the first time I've seen that, dude.
Deserts and rocks.
Oh, what now?
I'm singing along to Dusty's Trail.
Oh. And now I gotta pee.
Oh, where? Okay.
Alright, so we need a video of the ghost, huh? Ghosty, can you give us a singing event, please? Imagine you a doc to APOC 3. Oh my god. Singing event, dots, you choose. Pick your poison, whatever you want.
Oh, it dots right in front of me.
That son of a bitch. If it did, it was like super quick.
Oh yeah.
Are we gonna summon the fan of Tom?
Oh, we can do it that way.
Somebody. Don't have a
could.
smudge.
I've got one. I've got a smudge.
I've got one.
I got a we got a
You got the
crucifix.
crucifix? All right, we got the photo camera. Let's do it. All right. Are we ready? Ready to video?
Already.
I am ready.
Spam it. Spam it. Spam it. Oh, what the shit? I don't have enough sanity. Oh no.
Well.
we broke it. I think they stopped it where you could spam it. Just light, you son of a bitch. Light. Come on. God damn it. I don't think it's
I'm gonna
working.
take some
Unless somebody else has, we need, wait, can they, wait, hold on. Wait, come back. You might be able to light it. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Never mind.
That's not good.
Of Dusty's Trail. Oh, gotta pee again. We tried, man.
We tried. Oh, when the going gets mighty rough.
Somebody don't have a smudge.
Nettie.
Thank you, smudge.
I do have a smudge.
Somebody you don't.
Somebody
I
don't.
didn't. now I do.
Hey, yo.
Oh, you are welcome.
Watch out the account. It wouldn't let me. That's be someone new to the account. Hey, appreciate you,
Oh,
man.
yay.
Your ritual is important. Goo butter. Let's go. You got this, Millsy. Yeah. Get wrecked, idiot. You invisible bastard. Millsy, run. Get over here, you piece of shit. Banana, thank you for the super chat, dude. Playing a lot of no evidence games, Perfect Nightmares, getting a lot better. Hell yeah. The 600 hours, that's awesome. Well, did we do it?
You walked into the corner and I thought you were the ghost.
Yeah. I wonder why I got smudged.
No, he was being a legend. He was smudging and running from the ghosty.
I got 100 million a day, didn't I?
Let's
Yeah.
go. Very nice. Does it matter if you're a subscriber now? No. If you don't see the channel point thing, it's because the queue is full. Yeah. Or yeah. Right now it's not closed. It's just full. Nice. Wait a minute. Wait, gosh, sorry a second here, Batman. Hold on. Okay. Wait a minute. Did we pick up the bone? Are we one photo away from a perfect game? I'm on it. BRB.
I'll come with you.
Don't you dare.
No, I'm coming. 2 cameras, better than 1.
Oh my god. There you go.
Stay here.
It's gonna stalk us. We can get the crucifix.
Oh, I can. I want it.
Pretty sure it's hunting.
Oh, hey, it's hunting.
Now's our time. Let's go.
Done hunting.
Yeah.
Nice. We got it, and we smudged it. We have time. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Normal. It's a phantom. We know for sure it's a phantom. Dude, that water fountain. Give it a rest.
But do we have time?
Oh, so you better get out. Hey, I swear to God. Millsy? Millsy, I will tell Tomothy. He will yell at you. The posing with the cruci. Yeah, you like that? It's my new album cover. Still struggle with a thing. What do you mean? Yeah. Yeah. Get a perfect game. Hell yeah. We got ourselves a bone. We got all the medias and the stuff. Love it. Be out of here. Bye, Phantom Tom. Big, stupid, dumb ghost. Stupid, ugly, dumb. Hi, Dorito. Tips on looping the ghost because I swear the characters have the stamina of Cartman. You gotta pulse it. You can't just hold it down. Yeah. Cap, hi, friend.
Prepared some jobs for you.
Yes, sir. Perfection.
Well, will you look at that?
Well, would you look it? Well done, friends. My new album must.
And I'm
You
level
son of a bitch.
69. Yeah.
Oh shit! You can't play any more games. You gotta quit.
Yeah,
Look
I'm
at
tired.
You're 1x away. Triple X 69. I think you'd have to leave forever.
That's the goal. That's the dream.
That's the dream. Friends, thank you guys for the games. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Thank you for the games. And thank you
Of
for having me.
course. I will see you in chat, friendos.
Cheerio, sir.
Cheerios. I love Cheerios.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Before I pull in the next queue, I do have ads to play. So we're going to go ahead and do them now Because there's no point. Yeah. There's no point. Ignore the message? Wait, what message? What happened? All right. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour. I'm going to go ahead and do them now, and then we'll get the next queue in. Just to let you guys know, Jason, Dawes, and Sylvie are next, and then after that is Juju, Eagle, and Riship, okay? And then when we pull 3 people in, 3 other people can rotate in the queue, okay? 3 minutes, friends, and then we shall return. The Cheerios line. That's like, I love Honey Nut Cheerios. Cheerios is where it's at. Hell yeah. Thank you for the games, Valkyrie. Thank you so much, friend. We kind of flew through them. We kind of flew. How do I get that? How do you get what? Can I see the queue? Yeah, if you go to, if you do exclamation point rules, it will give you the, well, actually, if you do exclamation point code, yeah, there it is. Hey, look, Mayor, I got it. If you do exclamation point code, if you click on that link will bring up this page right here. And in that page is where you authorize Twitch, and then it will show you the active players, and it will show you who's up next. It'll show you all the things. All the things. Because of the big sub gifts last week, I don't have to suffer the ads. Hey, let's go. And I live. Suck it, Tom. Brondo. It's what plants crave. Water? Like from the toilet? What does Lurk do on Twitch? It just lets the streamer know that you're that you have the stream open, but you might not be paying attention. Like maybe you left it open and then you walked away. That's all. Mr. Cap, I'm good, sir. How are you? Gamer fan, that movie is so funny. Being stalked by a Dio? Oh no. My cat name. Oh, after the Dio. Oh, roger that. Banana. Thank you so much for the super chats, dude. The Phase streamers learned a lot of the videos. Really big part of how I got so good. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Hi, Queen. Got to play in a game now. I know, dude. There's some good games. One of the games I want to try, Cap, which might be a good one. I also want to do that. What is it called? Big Walk or whatever it's called. I want to, or I don't know what the hell it's called. I want to try that one. And then there's like a murder style party game that I want to do. So I want to do that as well. You play Big Walk, it's fun. It looks fun. It gives off like Peak meets RV There Yet vibes. So yeah, definitely want to check that out. How do you join the queue? To join the queue, it's via channel points. Yeah, you just have to wait for the queue to be open and available. Right now it's just full. That's all. Yeah. The murder party game. Yeah, dude, it looks so good. I played Funnel Runners for the first time today and got hooked. Oh, that game, the audio of that game is one of the things I think that sold me on it. The audio of Funnel Runners is fantastic. What are some items they could add to the game on the open shelves? Over here? I don't know. I guess they could always add the conduits whenever they do that at some point. What are we going to be sick on viewer game day? Oh, Dorito, that's okay, friend. We'll definitely have more time. How do you join? Do exclamation point rules. It'll explain everything. My friend group also got hooked on Funnel Runners. That's a great game. Question regarding the Pulte. Is it still the only ghost that can levitate items with the light on? I assume so, because it's the only ghost. Now, remember, it's the only one that can throw items, lift items in a room with the light on, as long as the ghost is in a room with the light on. Because it's always possible that the ghost goes into a dark room and then goes through the wall to throw an item, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So you just have to know where the ghost is. Just got Funnel Runners for my friend and I. Can't wait to play it. Smug, you're gonna love it. Gonna love it. Tips on playing the game when you have migraines. Don't play. If you have a migraine, don't play. Don't stare at screens. If you have an active migraine, you need to know what it is that helps you get over it. And I seriously doubt that staring at a computer screen is going to help. You should not be playing games. Yeah. Watch some of the older videos. Oh, nice. Nice. All right. So let us bring in our next group of people. So we now have I need Jason, Dawes, and Sylvie. If you guys refresh your pages, If you refresh your page, you should be able to see it. So then it's Juju, Eagle, and Rishup after that. And then we have Saravanyo. And then we have Nira and Kafritz. So I'll keep you guys posted if I go to close the queue at any point, because I just want to be sure that we get it through everybody that's in the queue. I'll let you guys know. Blue light glasses could be good. Oh yeah, it helps reduce the chances of getting a migraine. But if you have one, you have one. Like there's not much you can do, right? Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Get booked.
Hey, I can actually read it.
Oh, now I can actually see it. People were shocked when they brought the book closer. I was like, thank God they brought the book closer.
What is up, 30 people?
Hi. How's it going? All right. So we have Sylvie. We got Dave. We got Jason. Oh, look, it's Floyd. It's our boy. Curious if you ever tried. If I ever tried what? All right. Are we going to, Edgefield or random? Okay, I'm down. What the hell happened to my equipment? Hold on. I'll fix it. What the? What the? What the? There we go. All right. Fixed it. All right. Edgefield, random, or Willow? Let's see where we're going. Not as yummy. I don't think I've ever tried. I don't think so. Oh, prison. Oh, well. This is going to be fun. It's quiet. Too quiet. Yeah, cuttlefish, you have a neurologist you've been seeing for a few years. If you're having a lot of problems with migraines, it sounds like you need to communicate with your neurologist that it's not working. Yeah.
I can't hear anyone else but Flash.
Well, no one's talking yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're good. You're good. All right. Well, to prison we go, friends. Yippee. Oh, it's snowing. I'm checking bonus orbs. It's worth it. It's 100% worth it. Because if I see it, man, it's going to save us too much time. I have my door to my room closed because we're going to have people in the basement. God, it's so hot in here right now. Do we use points to join the queue? Yes, points. It's not bits. No. It's channel points. All right. No orbs. Let's do UV. Let's try that way. Does the player model through the map?
3 for a second.
What happened?
I saw an EMF 3 for a second. I just don't know
Really?
where.
Oh, where were you?
I was in the visitor center.
The visitor?
Yep. Got breath in here.
Well, it's snowing. It might take a while for it to warm up.
It's cold. We have breath everywhere.
The ghosts everywhere. Hey, Clutch, it's going well, friend. Oh, I didn't look to see where the power was. Shit. All right, I'm going to go get more stuff, and I'm going to go see where the power is. I didn't look. Hey, at least Ghosty's by the front. I'm not going to be upset about that. I ain't going to be upset.
Where?
What the hell did they say?
Are you here?
Yes.
Are you close?
No.
Got spirit box.
It was me. Love when it's near the front. Me too. All right, where's the juice? Oh, of course, it's all the way in the warden's office. All right, they've already got a crucifix. I'm gonna bring a book. They've already got a video camera. I'm gonna put one of these in there. Put one of those in there, and then I'm gonna bring a lantern for funsies. It's in the warden's office. The juice is. I'll go get it. Where's the channel point redeem going to be at? In the channel points. Yeah, it's just not open. It's not there. when the queue is not, like, when you can't join the queue, the channel point disappears. So as soon as there's availability, the channel point comes back again. All right, I put a book down and I put one of these guys in here for funsies. I'm gonna go get the power. I'll go this way. Were you a Sega or a Nintendo guy? Both. Yeah, my family was both. We had like every gaming system. So.
Oh, we got dots.
So dots and spirit box, yeah?
Yep.
Again. We had everything. We had Nintendo, Sega CD. Yeah, we had all the stuff, dude. My parents were gamers.
I think it's a race because I placed down salt and it's doing dots above the salt but not stepping in the salt.
You know, I bet if you try to cast a Harry Potter spell, I bet it'll really tell us. I was hoping to come down the stairs and just hear, oh, I gotta. Morgan, hi, friendo. All right, the power is on. I'm gonna get us some lights. Oh, I heard that 5. Oh, that son of a bitch. It kicked the power after I turned it on. This stupid wraith. Well, it's ugly. We need 3 photos. One of those being the ghost and then 25%. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, did you get an interaction photo?
No.
EMF 5. I'll take it. We just need the ghosty to show up again. Banana, thank you for the super chat, dude. Did APOC 3. Not thinking I would win in 1. Nice. Morgan, thank you for the 34 months. And Vipers, thank you for the 8. Morgan, I hope you've been good. Piece of shit. All right, is it still walking around in here? I can only assume. Ghosty. Oh. Hate rays? I don't mind them. You have the photo camera on you? Okay, cool. We'll try to antagonize it. Hey, Harold! Nobody came to visit you last month.
I respect.
Thank you. What the shit? Wait, where's no power? There we go. I ran from one and it teleported on me, killed me. I've had it in the middle of me lighting, in the middle of me playing the music box. The wraith teleported on top of me and insta-hunted. The second, right on top of me. Crawl, thank you for the follow. Tell him his purple crayon stuff? Well, that's just mean. I'm not gonna do that. I don't have a smudge. Where was that person? Hold on. Oh, there. I just heard him go. Well, those leather pants aren't doing you any justice, are they? Damn. The distant yell. Oh my god. Open. Run. The wall sits are impressive. Nice. There we go. Oh my god. You know, it happens. It's up to you guys. We can either go for that or we can call it a win for who is alive.
Yeah, we can call it a win for who's alive.
All right. Because we can't bring them back, so it's fine. I had no smudge. She was like, well, hoping for the best. Everything was okay. Make sure you mark Ray. What got me into Phas? Honestly, me and my friends just seen that it was a game that was releasing and we wanted to try it out. So I played it like once or twice when it first released, but I didn't play again for like a year after that. So.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
You're welcome, Doc. What happened? Oh my god. Sylvie's eyes. Jesus Christ. Hey, Joey, I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you, Logan. That's what Sylvie thought of your death. Look at that. They were shocked. Eyes bulging right out of their head.
I used my smudge to save her, so I couldn't save myself.
All right. Where to next? Random Edgefield? I'm down. The ghost likes to take the eyelids. I guess so. It's really interesting.
Edgefield / random, so.
Oh, that means it's a large map. Oh, medium. Never mind. Won't be able to play? That's okay. We'll have more times to play. Don't worry about it. Is there somewhere that I can send a bug report to? Yes, there is. If you do ! Phasmo bug? Did I guess that correctly? Phas help! Shit! One of these days I'm going to get it correct. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. It's that link right there. Yeah. Game has gotten so buggy. Oh, it's so much better than it used to be. Well, they have fixed a lot of the things that were problems. Now there are still things that need help. Phasmo bug is songs.
Towers on the right side of the entrance.
Right side? Okay, cool. I'm going to do photo camera. I'm going to do flashlight. And firelight. I dig. Items disappearing being fixed. Yeah, there's a lot of things that were fixed. For sure. I'm ready for that ghost photo. Ghost! Did Baron show you that video of the guy saying he was cheating? No. Did he make a clip of it? Or like, did he make something of it? Or is it just something that happened during his stream? Yeah, this is viewer games. Yeah, ooh, maybe. I know, there are times I do kind of miss old Maple. There's definitely times that I miss the old one. Love support who I can to watch your YouTube videos that help me a lot in Phas. Hope you had a fun and wonderful day. Oh, Logan. Thanks, man. I did have a good day. Fam was coming over today. Get to see my kiddo show this weekend. All's good, man. Anything?
Nope.
Yeah, same. There was a different version of this map before it was this. Yeah, and the reason that he had to change.
Circle in the cabin. And Ghost is in the cabin.
Oh no! The line of sight was way too long in certain areas, and it made the game really tough to play on this map for some people. So they had to change it. It was not very optimized, but they did fix it. Kaylee, thank you for the 11-month membership, and Logan, thank you for the biddies, man. Don't worry, I brought a firelight. Wait, is it upstairs?
It was down here.
Oh, okay.
It's for a plate.
Oh, well, here, let me.
We've got a foot in the bathroom.
That's hot. Where'd the remote control go?
I think it threw it too.
That son of a bitch.
We have ghost orbs.
We got orbs too. We'll blow my firelight. Let's go. Oh, no, that's the spear box. Where did you put it, you little up-chucking son of a... Found it. I don't think it's gonna work this time. Damn it. Worth a try. All right, we do need a ghosty photo, yeah? Always when my friend keeps correcting me and I tell her my favorite old map was Asylum, but she only knew it as Sunny. I know a couple people that their favorite map was the original Asylum. Yeah, whenever I play on my 24/7 channel some of my old VODs, on Thursdays I typically do it. I play some of the old videos. I don't know if I have old Maple in there or not. Baron said the ghost had to turn the TV on for them to work. No, he doesn't. No, the ghost doesn't. You can do it. It doesn't work every time. It's just. Oh, we don't have UV in here, do we? It touched Nanor. No, it's like a 30% chance of the phone ringing when you do it. It's not guaranteed. All right, I'm gonna drop the camera here and get more stuff. Aww, I forgot there's a piano in there. Hey, oh, it touched the door if you want to check the door going into the cabin. Hiding right there. Was the original Asylum scary? Kind of. What made it scary was just how eerie it was. Yeah. One of the next viewer games? Oh, I don't know.
Not so far.
Roger that. No set date as of right now. If we reach our monthly goal for Twitch, we'll add another viewer day. Same vibe as me quoting Phineas and Ferb or Mythbusters or Gen Alpha students. They have no idea what I'm talking about.
I took a photo of the bone and picked it up.
Yeah, you tell that boner. Max and Ruby. Ruby and Max. All right, I have the smudge on me. Still need a photo of the ghost. I'm gonna bring the other crucifix and I'm gonna bring some salt. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna bring this instead.
Oh, is 0.4 freezing?
Roger that. Did we have anything else? We had Spirit Box, right?
Yep. It's an Onryo.
Did we get the third piece of evidence? Oh, orbs, right?
Freezing, spirit box, and orbs.
Ah, roger that. As long as we don't have UV. Good show. I don't know why that just popped in my head. I have no explanation. I'm bringing nothing helpful. Nothing of use. Alright, I have another crucifix to help cover some of the area here. Where was the first one? Oh, are you feeding the ghost? What are you giving it a meal? What's happening over here? Your kids? No, I need to show them Max and Ruby. My boys would give a crap. My daughter might like it though. Where's the? Oh, they're both next to each other. I hate it here. That was my fault. All right. Both the crucifixes are down. I wonder how many firelight blowouts it's done.
2.
2? All right. Well, let's make it a third. Do you need a photo of this butthead if it decides to show up? They changed the Max and Ruby theme song? Excuse me? Used to watch it with DVD. Nice. That's interesting. Oh, Jesus Christ. She tried to murder me with a plate. I'm gonna sit over here with my lighter.
Does anyone have sound recorder?
I do not.
I'll go grab it then.
I'm a little worried about the ghost eating that crucifix while that flame was lit.
Yeah,
And they have parents now? Stop it.
I feel like we might be getting mimicked.
Oh. But it's not even walking through the salt. Because it's mimicking a wraith. I don't know. Oh. Little bear, I remember. Oh, is that a hunt? Oh, that's a hunt. Run, 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 run. No, this way. This way. Run. There's a hiding spot over here. There's a hiding spot. Under this, under the awning, under this little awning thing. Well, that was rude. We're in the middle of a conversation here. Raven, hi, friendo. Doing well, friend. How are you? That was teamwork right there. That was teamwork. What do you mean, don't get your... Oh, my Lanta. That is now multiple times that I have helped keep teammates alive. Roger that. Oh, we can't do a good check. Oh my god. There we go. Get some lights on.
I'm gonna go pop a sanity.
Roger that. I'm gonna go get more salt, I think.
I think everyone should come pop a sanity. Everyone's below 20.
I need to check my sanity. Oh, yeah. Not doing so hot, are we? No. There is no kill counter. I have not contributed to any deaths. Thank you. It is feeling mimicky to me, too. I don't know if we did a good check for a mimic. It feels a little weird. Now I have the old theme song stuck in my head. Oh, Max and Ruby? You are very welcome. All right. I guess I'm gonna do one more check just to be sure. I have no smudge or anything, but that's okay. It hunted after the third blowout, but it's acting weird. You also noticed that it hunted while that other firelight was lit very close. I'm wondering if it did it right at the edge, which it technically could have. I didn't know Max and Ruby was still coming out. I didn't know that either.
Even if it were a mimic, we have ghost bugs or spirit bugs.
Yeah. It's just I don't think we did an official UV check. Do that so we can see the light flicker. Stippy stompies. Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've seen it. I think there was like a random clip that popped up for me the other day, which is why I started thinking about it. I mean, it's probably an Onryo, but I mean, look at this thing. Oh, did it walk?
Oh, he's watching us.
No UV that I can see.
I wonder if it actually walked. Or if it did this stupid step in the salt and that was it.
And I messed up when I said we've got freezing. Even if it was a mimic, we've got freezing.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, if it's oh, I can't see my book. Yeah, we've got everything except the check for the ultraviolet. But we're pretty sure it's an Onryo. Just being a goof. The new version of Max actually talks. Didn't the old one, or like the Max was like really little, like he talked, it was just not in like complete sentences, right? All he said was fire truck. There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, this ghost is a butthole. Confirmed. Number one tip for new players. Oh, I posted it recently. My number one tip for new players is understanding how to hide and where to hide. Max always talked, but barely. He barely spoke. He said words, but it was not like, think of like Peppa Pig and George. That's an uh-oh. That's an uh-oh. Quick to the toilet. It's so comfy cozy. Super Babs, think of it, that's 20 months. You've never seen it? My daughter used to really like it. All right. Everybody lives. It's a porta party. Porta party. Group potty. Yeah. All right. Well, what's going on, Rio? I think that's the plan. Yeah, smoke him if you got him. Oh. My daughter doesn't watch a lot of TV in general. That's a good thing. If they don't, that's a really, really great thing. Where's our friend? We're missing one. Where they at? Are they? Oh, they're in the cabin. Careful, SpongeBob. I was like, where's their little dot? Oh, there it is. Hey, Burger, how are you? Ain't a party unless it's a porta party. Sounds like an epic party. What you checking for? Oh, just kick the breaker.
I was gonna try and get the last recording, but it's doing nothing.
Ah, roger that. Was that supposed to, is that me? Is that why there's no head? I want a porta potty to decorate into a wait, what? What the hell? Hey, Jelly, the game's going well, friend. Yeah, we're doing viewer games. Ghost is being a weenie. Oh, wait. Almost forgot one thing. Did you not see? Yeah, that's where I'm headed right now. That's where I'm headed right now. To go save little Toe. Don't worry, Toe.
You have to save Toe!
I'm on it. Yes. How do we join? Do exclamation point rules, King Plat. No Toe left behind. Look, we even brought him TP. Look at that. There you go, little buddy. Oh, sorry. There you go, little buddy. TP. Perfection. All right. Are we getting out of here? Leftovers to the porta potty? Yeah. I'm going on, Rio. If it's a mimic, what a dirtbag. Was that our second map? Trolls reference? Yeah.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
I still feel like I didn't get a good solid UV test in there. Oh well. TP
Thanks
for
for the
bump.
games. It was fun.
Thank you guys for the games. Appreciate you.
Of course.
I will see you, friends. See you in the chat.
Always
Bye-bye.
fun. Bye.
Bye. All right. So that means, what time is it? Almost 10? All right, we're good. All right. Let us bring in the next Shri. It is going to be Juju, Eagle, and Riship. Okay? Oh. Gotta watch that, Juju. I know. They'll get you. They'll get you. All right. Next three are up. Juju, Eagle, Riship, you guys are up. And then we have, like I said, Servanyo. We have Nira, Kafritz. And then after that, we have Big Dog, J-Mox, and Citru. Okay. I was told to look out for you.
I did nothing.
Yet.
I'm hiding the music box from you next time, though.
Hey, I don't start
Don't you
it.
hate me.
I don't start it. I finch it. Okay.
You did start it, though.
You know, that one time I did, but I gave so much warning. There was so much like headway.
And who would have thought it was going to be a Dio?
I know. Come on, that was funny though.
No,
See, he was nice. Thank you. Eagle, how's it going? Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good. Wait for our last friend. If you guys want to choose the maps, please feel free. Her reputation precedes her.
Easy breezy bleezy.
Easy breezy.
Easy breezy.
Easy breezy. I don't start it all the time. All right. I'm gonna lock the queue for now, okay? And then if we have time, we'll open it back up. I want to make sure we get through all of the peeps, okay? Warrior, thank you for the gifted to Officer Doom. All right, we have Juju, we have Eagle, Riship. Oh, that's what we're missing. Said they're gonna be a couple minutes. Okay. I can always bring in the next person if they just want to go into the, if they want to go back into the queue, I can bring someone else up. Maybe that's what we do. As long as, I mean, yeah. Tend to use the monkey paw when need be. Well, yeah, but it can be a good thing. Yeah. Lucas, how are you? How's it going, friend? All right, let's do that. I'm going to see if this works. Hopefully this works. All right. Bishop, did that put you down there? It did. There we go. Servanyo, you're up, friend. You're up. If you want to check your page, exclamation point code, you should have the code in there. We should be good to go, friend. Always warn people. Oh, it's for the best. Yeah. If I'm changing the weather, I usually don't warn. I just kind of do it. Yeah. Well, let's go. Thank you for the 2-month prime. Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Oh, I caught it. I got
it.
really excited.
Hadouken. We're doing
I
good.
got it on the bound. Fine.
I'm good. Easy peasy. Have you watched? No, I've not. Negative.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Broke the record.
Butterfingers. It's okay.
Oh, crap.
It's like a Butterfingers.
Hello.
Howdy.
How's it going, dude?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Everything's good. I mean, my.
Who has the highest basketball score?
Well, I'm not doing so hot. think I'm at 0.
I'll tell you
I
this.
haven't
I'll tell you
reset
this.
Yeah.
I went nuts. Okay.
Okay.
I'm at 13,579.
Holy shit. I was at 666, but then I got the new PC, so it reset to 0. I just haven't fixed it yet. Yeah. So technically,
kept
it's
it
0.
all odd numbers. 13579.
Holy crap.
It's a lot of button pushing.
That's a lot of button pushing. All right. Willow, Bleasdale. Are we cool with those two choices?
Sure.
I like those. I like those.
I like it. I also like it. Let's do the
We
thing.
gotta go save Josie.
Maybe. We shall. We shall indeed. Oh, it sounds so nice.
Alright, we're here.
Yeah.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
I see no orbicals. Andrew
Gotta-
Clack.
Not a Bantier Dayan. He sounds like the guy from 16 Candles.
Andrew Clark. What was the guy's name from 16 Candles?
No. Breakfast Club. No. Breakfast Club. He's a
Andrew
wrestler.
Clark?
Emilio Estevez.
Oh my God. What was his name? Was it Andrew?
Yeah. Andrew Clark.
Oh, damn. Okay, everyone don't die. Roger that. Andrew Clark was his name, I believe. I knew his name was Andrew. I didn't know his last name was Clark. Ghosty. Oh, is this real? Yeah. All right. Save Josie. Go back in. Every time I hear Josie, I can't help but think Josie's on vacation far away. That's good, as you should. Good as you should. Man, you guys are old? No, we're just seasoned. Just because you're sitting there hanging around in your young little diaper being watched by your babysitter. I'm sorry, what was that?
The power is on.
Thank you. Yeah, there's my dog. There's Josie. His name was, in fact, Andrew Clark. Well, shit. I wonder what happened to him. Give. We are the ancients? Hell yeah. And I love it. And I love it. Sunflower, thank you for the 34 months. Thank you so much for the sub, friend. Did it just kick the breaker? Or did we trip it with too many lights? Hey, don't you blame me. Hey, just because I'm sitting in my diaper doesn't mean I'm young. Touche.
There is a picture thrown here on the steps.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
I'm not going to lay down salt yet until we know where it is. But we know it's close. Yeah, Riship. Yeah, I put you into the queue for the next group, so you're good. Yeah, you're good. I'll even make sure to have you up at the top of it. There we go. Yeah, I got you covered. Okay, you have a picture down there. I don't see breath anywhere. Did someone just get vented on?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I figured
Attic?
Yeah.
That was in the attic?
That was in the attic.
What the French toast? I resub. Forgot to check in. No, you're okay. What's up, Lucas? How are you? True King. Old people tend to sit in diapers too, but it depends.
We have ghost orbs. Confirmed.
Roger that. I see what you did there. Are the orbicals through the beads?
Yeah, they're right in here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll lay the EMF down here and go get more stuff. I'm picking up what they're putting down. It's been a minute. I haven't had Ghosty in this part of the attic in a while. We had one in the room over there recently. So that main room I haven't had in a while. Hey, Ghosty's acting with a bunch of stuff though. Ever seen Slender at the camps? Oh yeah. Yeah, I have a long ago did I post that video? Let's see. Now I'm a little curious. It's an old video. If you want to see some quick footage of the old Maple Lodge, I mean, it's not the whole thing though. I have a Maple Lodge campsite Easter egg video I posted 4 years ago. Yeah, it's where I show all the things. I showed where Slender was, like how he spawned. We showed the phone thing. We showed the Stickman, all the stuff. Yeah. But it's not even a guarantee that he can spawn. It's like a 30% chance. Yeah, the Stickman. What is that? Blair Witch. We don't have any cameras up there, but we do have a camera missing. I'm going to put this up there. I'm going to grab one of these, put it up there. And then we've already got a firelight up there. We need a video of the ghost up there. We got that up there. Okay, well, I'm just going to shut up. Played fast with a couple friends the other night. We got hit with 2 blood moons. The 3 of us said, oh boy, here we go. Listen. Watching the game for 8 months. How have I never heard of Stickman? I mean, honestly, you just probably never ran into a video of somebody talking about it. And you have to kind of go out of your way to see it. On it. On someone else's. There we go. Difficulty Pro. Whenever we're playing with viewers, I always do Pro. Nearly crap my pants when I was coming out of Woodwind and saw Slendy. 2 hours of sleep. Alright, I brought another crucifix.
Good thinking.
Alright, this should cover most of this room. That one and that one. And if someone goes with a truck, I put a sound sensor in here. Do we have anything?
Just the orbs.
No. Where are you?
Right here.
I put a little bit of salt right at the exit of the room.
Where did that?
Someone else can use spear box. It looks glitchy for me.
Where's stuff getting thrown?
Over on this side.
Oh, I thought I just walked. Okay, there it is. I was like, I just walked over here with the emote. All right. Oh, or we just leave the room. Maybe it just has to be by itself. Stream's very delayed. Refresh.
Doing shady business.
Yeah, that's not. There's nothing I can do. If you're on mobile, it's going to be even more delayed.
Can we delete the paranormal laughing dupe, please?
I guess. I think the ghostie might be walking in and out of the beads, unless that's us.
Oh, hello. Where are you?
Does sound sensor have a purpose? Yeah, you can hear stuff in the van.
Where are you? So much stuff is happening. Oh, okay.
Oh my.
Oh, you turd.
We have a duplicate video to delete as well.
Oh my god. Can't take you guys anywhere.
You know.
Oh!
Alcohol.
Is that not? Oh!
I think it was just a ghost event.
Oh, that sounded so real.
Yeah, I was terrified.
I was convinced.
I was sacrificing my life for the ghost video.
Don't sacrifice. No. We only
Do I have
this is silly. No freezing. Oh, that's open? Shit. We have freezing. Freezing temps.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if we've had a chance for a UV check.
No, it hasn't walked through the salt.
Okay.
But it's not a wraith. It's just not stepping.
Maybe we can lead it through there if it starts chasing us.
Sure.
Maybe. We can try. Ghosty. Do we have more salt? Oh, we do. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put one over here. And put another one right there.
Did it just turn power off?
Did it? There we go. Oh, steppies. Steppies.
Yeah, power's gone.
We have UV.
I'm on that.
It's a haunt. Unless we have spirit box, we have a haunt too. We'll get the ghost to ping pong between them if they're using the
There you go.
radios.
Pictures are done.
Kind of. Because if you use the, like if I use the radio here and the ghost comes over here, I just have to be able to hide. So if I'm able to hide, it's going to go to the last spot it heard. Once it reaches that, if someone's using their walkie, it'll go back to them, and then I can do something similar. So as long as you have 2 points where you can hide, then yeah.
Here. Alright, you can stop throwing stuff though. That'd be nice.
It just wants to play.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to play with me.
Nobody wants to play with me. Here, why don't you try doing the spirit box solo? Might be. You never know.
Is it in here, or do you still have it?
Oh, it goes far.
It's there.
I also can't see it.
Where did I put it?
Oh no. It's just a black box.
There it is.
There it is.
Are you here?
Hardest ghost to find? Shade is one of the hardest ghosts. Hey, Crow! No mac and cheese, but I do have root beer floats.
How old are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? How old are you?
Alright, so this
Are
is
you
probably
here?
a haunt too.
Are you near? How old are you?
Here.
Still need a video of this
There
booger.
it goes. Yeah,
I looked
here.
right at it, sorry.
Not showing up.
I was scanning fast. I totally wasn't paying attention. Alright. Well, what are we missing? Video of the ghosty?
Just a, yeah, and if we want perfect, just one sound.
If we want a video of the ghost, then we need to.
I can go get the music. We have the music box. I just hit it.
Okay.
Because I don't trust you.
Hey.
Who do you think he is, Baron?
Hey, I'm not Baron.
Don't hate me. You know what you did, sir.
That's what it always looked like. That. I think this looks way more demonic. We have an uh-oh.
Brucey.
Uh-oh. Careful, SpongeBob.
I'm gonna save this crucifix. Till Juju gets here. Raggy. Oh, we still need to delete the one object throw video as well. Probably get the code for the room. Do exclamation point code. Juju, where are you?
I'm bringing it. I had to go get it from the hidey spot. Calm down, man.
Run.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, it sounds like something you'd say. Sorry, my son is messaging me. I wonder if we got the video. Hey, what's up, Robert? Why do I use level 2 incense instead of 3? Because the 3 stops the ghost, and I don't want to stop the ghost. They did. What are you laughing at?
No, he left his headlamp on in the.
I forgot my headlamp was on.
Oh, we have one audio to still get, by the way. Here, do we need to? Here, let's get the burnt cruci. Let's try. I'm gonna place it here. Wow. Do you have the audio recorder?
Yeah.
Yeah, record it. Yeah, you big ugly idiot. Yeah. Let's go. Eat that, you nerd. Ugh. Okay, sorry.
I actually got the music box recording. I like that
I
instead.
love it. Never heard that before? Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at this. Oh, my God. It's really loud.
So
Good,
loud.
good.
I love that it hums with it, though.
I know. It's so good. he's really pissed. Ghost is angry. He's up there throwing stuff.
Oh
Just
boy.
get Odin, no worries.
This really slaps the bass. Did you grab Odin?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you saved Josie. I always save Josie and Odin,
That's
so
fair. Look at that. 2 peas in a pod.
there we go.
There we go. All right. That's perfect game. Love it. All right. Mark your ghosties. On 2.
Okay.
What?
Mine now. Oh, where do you get all of your niche info? Like how one ghost can't half close the door? It depends. You can get a lot of it from the Zero Network. So if you go to the unofficial cheat sheet, go to phasmocheatsheet.com. It'll give you a ton of info. Yeah. Who do you say is the best Phas player? I wouldn't say anybody. I don't think anybody would claim to be the best Phas player. Nicely done. All right, where to now? Josie's the best Phas player. Yeah, her face is in the game.
We could do Willow. We could do a bigger house, Ridgeview.
We can do... If somebody wants to throw in another map, they're welcome.
Map roulette, yeah.
Map roulettes. I'm down. Here, I'll keep it spicy.
Ooh.
Why not?
Oh,
Only
my.
good things come
Nice.
from
Yeah.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, good things like Point Hope in prison.
It's never
I mean,
big
Point
maps.
Hope's not that bad, though.
It's never even large maps. It's fine.
I'm changing my vote now.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Game on. Shit. God damn it. Look what you did. Of course it's Point Hope. Gosh dang it.
What have we done?
We had to do it
I
eventually.
don't know.
We had to do it eventually. It's Hey, Breaker's right there at the front, though. Let's go.
Motion
Game said,
sensor,
you
incense,
want to mess around?
and sounds with the sounder.
You want to play hardball? Let's play hardball.
I'm game.
All right. Onward. Breaker at the front. Ghost all the way at the top. Let's go. Breaker's on. Hiding. We have 2 hiding on the first floor.
I hope you guys ring the bell for good luck.
I did.
I did too. As did I.
That means we'll never die.
Sure. It might be here.
If anything, the ghost will die.
It's probably cold everywhere, though. Yeah, we gotta wait for it to warm up more. No, this is on Pro. Anytime I'm doing viewer games, it'll be on Pro. Again, I want it to be something that anybody could walk into and have a shot. I'm not gonna do like no evidence.
It's the first floor.
No, it is not. You
Of
lie.
course it is.
I have 3.2
Oh
on the
my
thermometer.
Lanta. Put me in, coach. Hey, Command, what's up? It actually is down here? Oh my god, it is. That's loverly. We have freezing temps.
True.
We also have the music box again.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so nice.
Beautiful.
Can't be right. Can't rain all the time. I found the original. I found like accidentally found the second Crow movie when I was looking at when I was looking VHSs and stuff. I found the original. I was so happy when I found it. We're at like 85 average sanity, by the way.
I'm at 5.
Oh my god. Jin, Oni, Shade, or twins? Jin, Oni, Shade, or twins. All right, well, orbs are out of the question. Let's bring in some stuff. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Jin.
Right here.
Where are you?
Over here.
Are you here?
He must be blind.
Where are you? Oh my god. Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? All right, I'm gonna lay this down right by the EMF so we know where it is. Nothing on the UVs yet. I'll drop this guy in here too. And some dudeskis. Where are you? Have you seen this, Sam? No, I've not. Yeah, ads are about to happen, just as a heads up. Yeah, there's nothing, they're about to happen. When I'm playing multiplayer, I can't really stop them. As for when the next time we will do viewer games, it will be next month. If we reach our monthly goal. Some good camera work you got going on there. All right, that's unnecessary. Put a sound recorder in there. All right, sound recorder. We'll do this. I mean, not sound recorder, sound sensor. And will the queue open? I'm not sure. It just depends on what time. It depends on the time. If it's getting really late, then obviously not opening it back up. But what did it do? Did it do a mean thing?
It did a red light event.
Ooh, spicy.
Hey, I didn't record that, you lying game.
Liar.
Guys, you gotta be quiet. The ghost said, shh.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
How dare we? It's house.
That's a quick. Let's go. Yeah, that's nice. If you do get hit, if you only get hit for a second, that's really nice. For the rescue mission, I'm gonna bring in. Everyone has a lighter, but only 3 people have smudges. I'm bringing the others back up. We're bringing it back up. Bring my barrel. All right. Who does not have? Well, she definitely. Hey, who needs a smudge?
Me.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh, right. Oh,
I tell ya.
Where are you, Juju? Right here.
right here.
There you go.
Thanks.
Got you. I was like, 3 people have smudges.
I took a whole buttload of things in, so
She
yeah.
is spicy.
Yes, yes.
That's true.
So, Dot's right.
I believe I just saw Dot's ghost pop up on my camera.
Oh, really?
We have an
we can,
Oni.
Oh, it just,
there
oh,
it
she
is.
just walked through.
It just it gave flashing.
All right. Ew. Turning the lights on in the kitchen as an escape.
What do you mean? What does that mean? Why have we got to
no.
escape?
No, you know, like it's like an escape room. You know.
So like there might be another video to delete.
Look at hi Pam.
Damn it, Pam.
Uh-oh.
She's such a jerk.
Oh, Pamela.
Say another video to delete.
Yeah, something with the maybe.
I don't think so. We do need we can cleanse when she's chasing. Yeah, we need 2 videos and 3 photos.
Oh, come on, you butt.
What videos do we have? Butt.
You're the EMF.
Motion, object, and fire.
So Salt, maybe Ghost.
Maybe I could get a extended Dot video. How the game's been? The games have been good. Everyone's been doing a really good job. Everyone's been kicking butt. Motion, object, fire. Okay. Nope, don't need that.
Okay, I could use a regular EMF reading.
Ghosty.
All right.
Dots, please.
Jam.
You said
Mountain
you get
play.
EMF 5 or nothing?
Exactly. So, you know, I'll take it.
All right, sold. See you, Bloops. Have a good night, friend.
Oh, come on, Pam.
Damn, please. Agent Risk, thank you for the 22 months. Maddie, thank you for the 58 months, sir. How the hell are you, dude? How the ghost is treating everyone. Really? You know what? They're being very... Son of a buttery biscuit. I wasn't ready for taking a video with assault.
Oh, I got it, pal. We're safe.
What do you mean you got it? Did you? Oh,
Yeah,
legend.
it's there. Wizard Harry.
Legend. I'm a hairy wizard. I'd get dots, but we can't. Oh, there she is. Got her. I got her.
Oh, I got the picture.
I got the video.
I got the picture. We just need to find the phone.
Somebody recorded the motion sense. Oh no.
Again. Oh no.
Oh no. I'm sad. I turned it off. Turning it off.
Find the phone.
Can't have any of that crazy.
Roger that. That's just silly.
True.
Stop throwing stuff and show up again, you idiot. AMJM, what's her real name? Sarah Kraft. Sarah Kraft. Dots, please. One's on one side, one's on the other. We're ready to go. Yeah, Juju's gonna go look for the bone. Sarah Kraft. We are ready to rock. Sarah Kraft. Are you here? Show yourself. Sarah Kraft. She's like, nope, I'm done. Nope, no thank you. Chuckery. Sister to Laura Kraft. Sarah Kraft. Just not as pointy, you know what I mean?
I found the bone, and it was jaw-dropping.
Ugh, yuck. Well, gave us one good dot. It said, that's all I got.
Flash, I'm bringing you a present. Oh, wait, I need another one.
Are you bringing 2 sharks?
No.
That'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. I like it. That. We just have to cleanse the ghost.
Here it goes.
Done.
Take that.
Thank you, Drifter.
If that's your real name.
If that's who you really are. Oh God! Ew! Throw it! Burn her! Burn her alive!
We made her mad. We made her mad. Let's turn off her power.
Quick, Juju. She's angry.
Oh, no.
Hey, I know that line. I'm gonna wait out of here.
I mean, do we still need a video of the ghost, or are we good?
No, we're good.
Oh, okay. Well, I was bringing the music box.
Oh, you can still bring it if you want to. It's a truck decoration.
Yeah, you can.
I still am.
We can take it home with us.
We don't have one of those at home.
We do not.
Yep.
We doesn't. That was dark. That was dark. What did I do?
That is true.
I just work here. Got it?
We have tier 3 we have tier 3 cruises in there.
I mean, listen.
So we could play with it.
Wow, have they? Does one
have
have
at least
2 bites left?
I don't know.
All right, let's go find out.
I think it only ever burnt one. There's hiding under the stairs if things go
There's this one that has a bite.
awry.
Children under the stairs.
Where's the other one? Nope, there's a good one right here.
Okay.
I want to hear your tune. The beautiful tune. Oh my god. I don't like when she sings in my ear. Oh my.
Oh, wait. Oh, she ate the other one. Oh.
That was spicy.
That was close. She ate this one. I thought she ate the good one. I was like, oh.
Oh.
Eee.
Well, she's spicy.
Not good.
Yikes.
In fairness, you do work for Ghost Hunt distribution thing.
Couldn't
so
carry both because I had a smudge in my hand.
Oh, that's okay.
And the music box.
One will suffice.
That's true.
Go, Brucey. It's your birthday. Not really.
Wait, I'm gonna put him over here. He's equipment. Hold on.
Oh no.
Oh.
Come on, Bruce.
Oh god, would you?
You can do it.
Do it. He slides right
You can
off.
do it.
What if I go sideways?
I believe in you.
It's raining
It's
sideways.
because he's a little large.
He's a little large. I'm just trying to
Just
get
a
him
little
stuck.
bit. It's okay.
Here, he wants a
Put
little.
on some
That's what he
weight.
wants.
Don't
He
bring
wants
it
one
up.
of those, and then we land him
Yeah, that's
right
true.
on top. Never mind. Okay, good luck. Okay.
Oh, Brucey, you had one job.
Oni is checked. Let's get out of here. Is there more character customization now? Since when they first added it, not really. I think that they're going to be doing that soon. I believe. They did improve the UI for it though to look a little better. Oni.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Oh, we're gonna send you to death again. Well, friends, thank you guys for the games.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Had a blast. Thank you for the games.
Appreciate you.
Servanio's. Look at his face. Servanio's face. Jesus Christ. All right.
Thank you for the games.
Thank you, friend. So, next up on our list, we have Resheep, we have Nira, and we have Kafritz. Those are the ones that are next. And then after that, I've got Big Dog, J-Mox, and Citru. And we'll see what time, because it's already 10:30. I will keep you guys posted. But you guys are up. Look in the chat. Click on that link to get your code and come on in. And shamo. Hit me with your pet shark. Hit me with your pet shark. I hate it here. I just hate it here. What do we got? Kafritz.
Oh my gosh, hi.
Oh my god. How's it going?
What, you didn't
Mute
like
the
my
stream.
pun?
Okay. What? Oh, the pun. Get out of here.
The pet shark.
To hit me with your pet shark?
Yeah.
I hate it here. Like the system, it's nice. It's nice. It's just, it keeps the flow going, man. It makes it a lot easier, yeah. All right. We've got Nero. We've got Kafritz. And then we have our last friendo. We'll wait to come in. If you guys want to pick the maps, you are here first, to be fair.
My sister wanted me to do Grafton.
Grafton.
Yeah.
With more people, it is honestly more fun.
I remember the last time I was at Grafton on stream, the door shut in my face and you just heard, oh no, from the other side.
Those muffled moments are some of the best moments you could possibly ask for in this game. I love them. Hi, Karumba. Except for I won't be back in time. No, Big Dog, that's okay, friend. Is there a way I can remove?
I think one of the last times I played Grafton, there was a bug where like the door didn't shut during a hunt. And so the people that I was playing with watched me die through the very open front door.
Open door. Oh, that's not very nice.
Oh no.
It won't let you see the code. Did you log in using your Twitch, Rishab?
To be fair, it made for a great clip.
I mean, yeah, with the door wide open. Manifesting Blood Moon. Mayor, would we be able to send them the code via a warning? I know you've done that before, which is a really smart idea. Markiplier's muffled scream heard around the Phasmophobia YouTube circles remains my favorite Phas moment. I used his Phasmo scream in a TikTok once. Oh, I got to send you the code. Oh, I don't know why I thought you had it. I'm sorry. There's a mayor. Tis there, friend. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I thought. All right, we're getting our last friend of the code, and then we'll get schmoovin'. Didn't see any option. Oh, it's okay. I can remove you, Big Dog. I got you. Done and done. Yeah. Time to scour the reels. Oh no. So
oh, accidental twinsies.
I posted it. No, it's on purpose. We're good. I posted it on my old TikTok account, not the one that I have now. Accidental. No, it's purposeful.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
How's your night?
Going well. How is yours?
Doing pretty good.
Lovely. Just had a few technical difficulties.
That's okay. No worries, no worries. All right, we're going to go to Grafton or Willers.
All right.
Willers. My God, that wind. My old TikTok account is the one that I posted it on. Are you playing with streamer friends? No, viewers. Yeah, I think the actual account's called Old Flash Account. I can't remember the exact name. But yeah, it should be like the pinned one. Yeah. Had an old account. I switched the type of gameplay that I do now. And I was like, yep, I made a new account. So yeah. But that's been a few years now. All right. Got that. Eric Rook. We need photo to EMF. We need to cleanse and capture. I also don't want to play too late because I have fam that is staying over. So I don't want to be disrupting them too much. Ooh, a circle. Cute.
Fuse box is on.
Thank you. No blood moon, no blood moon. Doesn't seem cold enough. I played 2 rounds with each group. Wish the weathering game was happening here. Really? I don't want it. What's up, Sean?
And the bone has been found and collected.
Roger, Dodger. Don't forget to say hi to the kitty. If the hiding is open.
Don't see orbs anywhere. Could be lorbs.
Roger that. I'm checking for temps. Oh, is that in the potty?
I've got it found over by the artist. The artist.
It's here. Yeah, upstairs hallway.
Right in front of the basement door.
Sweet. You saw orbs?
I'm checking for him.
Oh, I thought you saw orbs.
I don't see any. I don't see no orbicals.
Okay. Sweet.
I'm gonna go get more stuff.
Yeah, samesies.
That is a top tier placement. Hold on.
That is a good one. Especially because it turns sideways like that. Yeah, that's a great spot for dots. Hey, yo. Kind of a death wish, but still.
Are you near? Are you far? Do you like...
Hey, Sir Specs, how are you? What?
I don't think they like pickles.
Oh.
Darn.
Well, ask them about cucumbers.
What about cucumbers? No? Not a fan? Right. Ronnie Friday right there.
It just Tim Allen's his way across the house. What is the best time to prestige? When you feel like you're ready. If you don't want to lose all your tier 3 stuff, then don't worry about it. The best part is it's not like you're being forced to. Can we check for EMF 5?
I am in the room with the EMF reader.
Because we got a chat that looks like it might be a fiber.
I'm not reading anything right now.
Roger that. The EMF has died off, so maybe we'll get another one. We're bringing firelights, a smudge. That sounds like. Let's do this. Outer Haven, I'm doing well, friend. How are you? But yeah, if we reach our goal for the month, which we are on a good footing, seeing this house the 7th of the month, we'll have another viewer day. We'll add it soon. If we hit it sooner rather than later, we might just add it to this month. I don't know. All right. I brought this guy, that guy.
No footies.
Okay. No footies.
It's freezing temperatures.
You got freezings?
Yes.
Nice. All right. So is freezing all we have? Possible EMF 5, maybe.
Where are you?
Alias.
Are you near? It doesn't like people.
Thank you for the subs, friendo. Oh shit, we reach a spin. Oh, that's why. Oh. Maybe it just doesn't like, you know, certain people. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking it's just me at this point.
Could be.
I'll take it personally. It's fine.
You will purposefully take it personally?
Yeah.
All right, do we have any videos recorded? All right, we have disturbed salt. I'll try to get some more. Hey, Sovereign, I'm good. How are you? There we go. Got that. Firelight blowout would be nice. Have you heard anything about the new? No, I have not. No, not yet. All I know about the next update that's coming this month is what we've heard. All of us have heard about the things that they were going to be doing, the quality of life.
Wait, everyone leave the room.
Okay. So whatever they, oh wait, actually, hold on. Let me turn this off. So whatever we did not get in last month's, we might get.
I was playing with friends the other night, and we were in prison, and of course we had a shade. Or no, it wasn't prison. It was the full asylum. It was a freaking shade.
Gross.
Sat there and did nothing.
Ew. Isn't this upcoming update the quality of life too?
Running
Yes.
down the halls of Willow Street, just singing "I Want It That Way" by Backstreet Boys.
Ghosty, do you like Backstreet? Maybe you like NSYNC. I don't know. What are some other like older, like more niche boy bands?
I think at some point he was looping it while singing as well. So.
Oh my God. You got 98 Degrees. You've got O-Town.
Did you still need a salt video?
Huh?
Do you still need a salt video?
No, but I need this book ready though. Superstitious.
EMF 5 is confirmed.
Confirmed. Oh yeah, it's a shade. That's disgusting. I hate it here.
I hate that I was right on the first evidence.
Oh my God. Hanson brothers. Yep. I always tell people that that I've met the fourth Hanson brother. I really have.
We can get a photo of the EMF for objective.
Oh yeah.
I can try to.
Yeah, it's just gonna go off again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get an extra photo cam just in case.
No, you might do another Playing with Viewers. We possibly this month, maybe. We shall see. You see, Matt? No, I met the fourth Hanson brother. Yeah, there's 4 of them. 3, obviously, in the band, in the group. The fourth brother was too young at the time to be in the band. I filmed with him before. He also does music.
We need 2 more videos and a picture.
You know a really dumb idea that just came across me?
Go on.
It says cleanse for an objective, so when it goes through the motion sensor, we can just smudge it so we get the objective. Very stupid idea, I know.
That's true. Videos are.
I got the
let's
photo.
Give me a specific video. Hold on. Shite. We have to delete it.
I got the photo of EMF.
We need to delete the fire extinguish video. We need a video that goes.
Okay. We can use
Why is it
the
always 3
summon
brothers?
circle.
Probably just because one's too young.
Yeah?
We could. I mean,
If
I don't
we
know how
have
much.
sanity, we should.
Give it a whirl. I'm ready for it. Here, I'll light the first candle here. All right, I'm ready to rock.
Okay.
Uh-oh, you have no more sanity left.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have enough sanity.
Well,
Nope.
We have 2 candles. Can we just
sweet.
like
Let's get
intake
let's get some more sanity. Really, just one person with a lot of sanity can do it.
Genuinely, that's why I kind of dislike the summoning circle than any
Yeah,
other
I'm not the biggest fan of it
possession.
either. You still get a ghost video even if your media is full. I don't. Does that still work? I guess I just assumed
You know, if we had
that it didn't.
If we had tarot cards, then I'd be a fan.
You know, with 4 people in, I would also be down. Because then it's a good time. That's fun for everyone. See,
We can take turns.
It does to work.
gambling.
I'm being
Alright,
told. I didn't realize.
second one.
I didn't realize you could still get a video of the ghost if you had all videos full.
We're gonna need a different crucifix.
Alright,
Guys.
Oh, that thing naked.
Oh no. Just.
Did someone die?
No, dude. The realization as we were lighting it, we're gonna need a different crucifix. Uh-oh.
I am so sorry.
No, I didn't realize it
having open
either.
mic.
Oh my god, do it. Look.
I am so used to having open
The
mic,
full-
so I said it, and then I realized, oh wait, I'm on push to talk.
Yeah, the full one is right here. Oh, whoops. Your sacrifice did not go in vain. I will steal the switch. Damn. That's unfortunate. Yeah. You know, it was it was almost all going to plan. It was close. Oh, that's okay. Alright, stupid shade, ugly, dumb, stupid, ugly, dumb. Breaks favorite ghost model. This is true. No, I did not. No, we did have a realization though. We were going to like the summoning circle and we realized that the crucifix had already been bitten once. So that ain't gonna stop the ghost. Yeah, yeah.
Officially, shade is the at the bottom of the ghosts for me.
No, I really hate that guy.
Let me disable my loadout real quick.
Okay. Yeah. I'll re-enable mine.
That
We have not
that
done crafting
reminded
yet.
me.
Yes, yes.
I was hoping that it would install it right after.
Oh my god, I was waiting for it.
And,
then once we
that
realized the
reminded
crucifix, yeah.
It reminded me of the video you did of the most cursed person.
Oh yeah, I want to redo that at some point. Yeah.
When you died to the summoning circle and Break was just clam slamming.
The music box was one of my favorites. We did the music box. I think that was in Tanglewood and the laundry room. I think it went straight for SongCloud. I think. I can't remember. All right.
Doc died twice and both of them were a Dio.
Oh yeah. Hey, sometimes you're cursed. That's okay. All right, Ridgeview or Graphitones? We haven't done either, so that sounds good to me.
Ooh, Ridgeview is one of my favorite maps.
I love that map too.
Aw, darn.
All right, we gotta re-ready up.
Courtesy of Mr. Chingus as well.
Gotta work early in the morning. It was fun being here. I'll watch full video on the tubes. Have a good night, Logan. Have a good night, man. Thank you so much for being here. It's waning.
I still remember when he called you a cheater because you guessed the gauntlet.
Well, listen. He's got some nerve, you know, that guy. Hey, Mads, welcome in. I'm probably your fan. Oh, well, probably. Thank you. What? All right. No mirror, no cards.
No Ouija.
Hey,
Oh, it's
Flamingo.
Frank. It's Franklin.
Oh, Franklin. Another great show. Put over there. Oh, it's in the garage? Thanks, I guess. What is happening?
Don't see orbs.
Do I hear someone like working in their garage over the walkie? What's happening right now?
I heard that too. I have no idea what that is. I'm in the basement checking temps.
Roger that. I'm gonna walk upstairs. What are we playing today? Just playing
It's in the
some
basement.
mother father.
Basement to the left.
Playing some professional chill game, well, kind of chill games, but just viewer games. I see Brett down here. All right. Put that down there.
Well, hello,
More stuff.
friends.
Bowen, thank you for the 13 months. And Trickster, thank you for the
I walked
2
into the
months.
basement, turned left, and I see 4.5 on the thermo.
Oh, man. Found you after I binged. Markiplier playing this game? Well, I appreciate you being here. Welcome in. I don't know if anybody,
question mark?
I don't know if anybody ever turned the breaker on.
We got spirit box. Can't be abandoned. And EMS 5, man's name. And writing. I literally got all 3 evidences.
Wait, what were the 3?
Spirit box, EMF 5, and writing.
Oh, roger that. Another a-hole.
The spirit.
Should show Frank some love. I'll show Frank some love. I'll do 1 pin. I'll push in 1 pin. Just 1.
That all happened within less than like 10 seconds of each other. I was a little overwhelmed.
Yes. Give me. I'll bring one of these.
I
in
have
now.
the salt and UV.
Boring. Yeah. Unfortunately.
No, well,
I'm bringing a motion sensor.
UV, so.
Do the heart pin. No, it won't. No, it won't. It'll be fine. All right. I also brought a fire.
No footsies so far.
We're not gonna get any.
No. We've got EMF writing and spirit box.
I am so slow.
It's okay.
Watch this. It's gonna push in the arm pin. That was the leg. Okay. That's it. Okay. I did it. I rolled the dice.
No, literally it popped up all at the same time.
Heck yeah, though. Sold. EMF, writing, voodoo. We need some bitchos, huh?
I'm on it. I got fire so far.
I haven't found the bone, by the way. Do you want me to go find that?
If you got the photo camera, yeah. Not a bad idea.
Okay, I'm on my way.
I'll get sounds.
Oh.
Got
one already.
All right, I'll go for the firelight and hopefully another. I was looking away. Do it one more time. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Here, we'll increase the chances.
Hey, I like it. Ghosty. Oh, where was that? Hey, user, thank you for the jamming, man.
Yeah, it did talk over here a little bit.
All right, here, I'll play it. We'll split shift a little bit.
Spirit box, right?
Ooh, do we have split?
Oh yeah, shit.
Was it answering to everybody?
No, just me.
Where are you? Where are you?
I got two videos from that.
Oh, I got that.
Oh, we might have double recorded that.
Ah, crap.
We did. Okay, I'll throw it down. You got this. It's yours. There might be another sound for you to.
Where are you?
I don't. Here, I'll go upstairs. I'll go upstairs. Get the easy sounds. Nice.
An elderly victim.
Ah, oldie.
It's an elderly victim.
It's an elderly victim. All right, we need crucifix and ghost event. So still no event.
I can try getting the crucifix marked.
Well, if it wants to do the Avanti, this is still.
I think the light is having a.
The bone is
There's a lot of
wrapped up
lights.
in
There's a lot of
rag
yeah. I bet the
in
dots.
the closet where the Ouija
Hold on,
board
let me
is.
turn this off. See if that helps at all. Yeah. Yeah, lights are
yeah,
freaking
there we
out.
go.
Yeah.
This one's freaking out back here a little bit.
Is it?
It's fine. It's a buff.
Yeah. Hopefully, whenever they upgrade the Unity stuff, that'll help. Why did it sound like a guy at the beginning of Law and Order? Oh my God. Ghosty doesn't want to do an event, huh?
Any thoughts
Miss
of messing with
Latitude.
Franklin after we get the videos and photos?
Oh, red light event, red light event.
What is it?
Oh my.
Yeah, damn it. I tried getting it.
That's okay. That's okay.
quick.
That's okay. That's okay. We got the event though. Now we just need to prevent the home of the crucifix, right? That's literally it. Oh, we need one photo. Oh.
Yes, I need one more photo.
Okay. Well,
And 2 videos.
just.
And 2 videos.
What?
Fire extinguish, motion sense, salt.
Are we about to be farted on? Yep.
Ew.
Cruci burn for sure, and then you can get a photo of it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well. Oh, another ghost fart. It's so gassy.
Gassy.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Supposed to eat all of its
There's
beans,
one
I guess.
crucifix. Is the other one over here?
I only grabbed one crucifix when I initially came in.
Oh, Yahtzee.
It's over in the back corner, back corner, back corner.
Here.
Got the photo.
Okay.
Go, go, go. He's a bit
Nice.
confused,
You got it just
but
in
he's
time.
got the
Got it.
spirit.
Nice. Now we're going to get the cruci burn.
I like that touch.
I'm glad you got it. Ooh.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Everybody runs up the
See you, Shorty.
stairs.
That's why I checked the
I
light
don't
switch.
have any insets, so I'm dead first.
Oh, there you go.
We skedaddled so quick.
I missed it. No.
Oh, it's okay. We'll get it. We'll get it again. I understood that reference.
Did it flip the breaker?
I'm gonna try to go get the. Oh, it's like headlamps. It was like a board mission. Listen, we're just trying to stay alive, man. Just trying to live, man. L-I-V-I-M. I got the other one. Yeah. Okay. Crucifix at the red ape. Are you ready to record it? Watch it burn the one that's in my hand. Wait for it.
I will genuinely cry.
Well, no. What about the hunting ghost?
It moved.
The headlamp on? No, now it is. There we go. User, thank you so much, man.
That's rough, buddy.
Ooh. I'll carry on his legacy.
Okay. Okay. What would that legacy? He got the video.
He got
That's
the
what matters.
video.
He got the video. What a hero. Ferris Bueller, you're my hero. Ghost is not a chiropractor. No. 100% not. Well,
Frank has to come with us.
I guess,
Oh
no! Mark a spirit and get out of here, huh? Oh, Frank. Oh, hi, Frank.
He's just chilling.
Put your legs together. Chingus would be so upset with you. Sir.
Oh,
Oh, nice, like sitting
Oh
up.
no.
What are you doing?
Oh no.
Get it, Frank. Get it.
Tweaking.
It is not another one. Listen, we all smudged and we could have all gotten out of there, but no.
Got some jobs ready for you.
You know, we're proud of you.
Did I hear somebody say, "Get it, Frank, get it"?
It wasn't me.
Well, you might have. I don't know. Hey, what's up, user? Thanks, man. I appreciate the gifts, dude.
Hey, I died
The
both
jewels.
games, but I got what was needed.
But that's okay. It was for funsies. That's all that matters.
It was a worthy sacrifice.
Hey, I can upgrade. I can go tier 3 thermo now.
Yeah, look at that. Let's go. All right.
But I
Thank you
am-
guys.
Thank
Look at his hair.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
Bye,
good
guys.
night.
Look at his hair.
You too.
Because tonight will be the night. Oh, he's gone. All right. Let us get the last group in here. This will probably be the last group. All right. We have J-Mox and Citriel. Mare, do you want to come in for the last one? I would say either Mare or if Break wanted to join. Here, let me get them in here. Sure, let's do it. There's because we have the one open spot. I didn't want to like try to open the queue real fast. I figured we just do it like that. Both? I can't do both. No, I'm sure Break and I will probably play soon. I guarantee it. All right. J-Mox and Citril, you guys should have the code. You should have the code. Do exclamation point code. I'm like sweating, dude. I'm like sweating. I tell you what, while they're joining, let's do this. This ghost hunts and stuff's rough. She can literally tell me in person. Rumor has it Break is going to convince Flash to trial difficulty. I probably will. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going, friends?
Good.
So, Mayor, what are you thinking? Mayor? Oh, I heard you. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
What do you think?
I think you want the chat to get a lovely merch giveaway. Sounds really nice. I bet they would love it.
No, chat really wants you to get that blue cheese, so gotta go for soda again.
Yeah, but then we still gotta wait till next time for that anyway.
And that's fine.
Oh, man. I hate this game.
I'm giving chat what they want.
That's not what they want. You guys want merch, right? First message is blue cheese. I
Nope,
hate
soda.
it here. I see it. All right, where do you want to go? Son of a bitch. Let's see. I'll throw one into the mix too, just because we haven't done it yet. See, Wicked wants merch. Look.
I also
Oh, how nice.
I like Grafton.
The Grafton's a good map. Dark map, yes, but with
Chat
enough
wants
lights.
the soda.
There was just a couple people in there that said differently. A couple. It's fine. It's fine. All right, let's ready up, friends, and get in there and hopefully not get the doll room. Yeah? No doll room?
Oh,
I'd rather have mannequin room than doll room. Why not both? That's not how this works. That's not how this works.
Oh, wow, I am really laggy. Okay.
Yeah. Please remain careful, okay? Alright. We have Becky, Shellen. We need a repel, escape, and motion sensor. Ooh. It's so nice. Introduce this game to your dad. Let's go. Little Flash soda keychains. Listen here. I don't know if Fourth Wall does keychains. Do that. Ooh, we got hiding right there. New merch idea. I hate this game. Power's on, friends. Got hiding in the corner. Oh, I don't have a camera on me though. Yeah. Off to bed. Good night, friendo.
Yeah. Bedroom near the attic.
Roger that. Wait, twins?
Not a mare. Turn on a light.
Oh my goodness.
We got EMF 5.
Oh my god. Ah, the twins' room. And we have hiding in here too. So not a mare, and we have
not writing.
Not writing. Saw that. So we have EMF 5, and it will not be writing.
And the camera's behind you. The video cam.
Oh, noted. It's not super cold. But it's cold enough, I guess. It's 16 out there, it's 10 in here. So I guess it's just taking a while. Last group, probably. Because by the time we're done, it'll be like 11:30. It's getting colder. We just gotta give it time.
Okay.
We do not need to get FlashForce Ranch soda made. No, we do not. Negative. The view's actually kind of pretty. Oh, it is really nice, especially with the sunrise. Give me this, and give me this. Just a little emotive. No. I swear to God. The next brand of horrible sodas with my logo on them. Dude, I swear to God, someone reaches out to Lester Fixins.
Spirit box.
Oh, did that work?
Noted.
Okay, it did. Okay.
Ghosty is active bean. Galu, Diane, Wraith, or twins. Well, I've got some salt. Not a Wraith.
Not a Wraith.
Do we have of? No of?
No.
That's a Diane or twins.
Oops. I am forgetting my buttons.
Yeah, so it's if we don't have orbs, then it has to be twins and we'll have freezing.
It's still no freezing.
No, it's not even that cold. I usually do it like once a month, Eli. Yeah, whenever we reach the monthly goal for Twitch, I usually add a viewer day. Yeah. How's the sound sensor work? It sends sounds back to the truck. Not every sound, but most of them. All right, so we probably have twins. Repel, escape. We have no videos. Come on in.
We know what the cursed object is.
I don't, but the bone is inside of the breaker room, downstairs. All right, so there's motion with the fire. If it decides to throw an object, here, I'll do this. Next stream, do exclamation point schedule. My schedule's typically the same. It's usually
still pretty high.
It's usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30, and Sunday at 1. Yep. If I ever do any changes to my schedule, I post them inside of the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, what happened? Where at? Oh, sure. Take it. Ghosty, you want to throw some objects, eh?
Do we?
Ghosty.
Okay.
Spend the rest of the night with your cuddle bug. Oh my God. I'll just be looking out the window. It's so nice. All right. Door move, motion sense, fire extinguisher. I need 2 more. Object throw would be loverly. pretty for sure. Until the ghost invents right inside of you. Yeah. Oh, what? I heard a shuffle. Damn it.
Would you like a hat?
It's mine.
Oh.
It's my new stream hat. Oh. Ghost, throw the hat. Gianna, hello, friend. Ghost, would you do it? Nothing? Okay. Well, this was good. What if I leave the room? I mean, we're fairly certain it's twins.
Okay.
Should we be able to put the hat on like RV there yet? That'd be kind of cool. We were kind of hoping that for the mask. It burned the crucie. And it farted on us. That sick bastard.
Okay.
Still not throwing anything.
Very uncooperative.
It is. Oh, you son of a bitch. Got it. How dare. Alright. I think I've got all the videos at least.
I think I need one photo.
Oh yeah. We need one photo and we need to escape and repel. So burn bone. Oh yeah, what is the cursed possession? Might be Ouija board. Shady twins, yeah. I'm gonna go up here and hopefully not die. I can't see jack shit. Yeah, it's the Ouija board. Alrighty. There we go. Nice.
All right.
Daily Haley, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Get some SPACs. There we go. All right. That is photos. That is videos. That is audios. Oh, we need to repel and escape. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Shed some light on the situation. It was great. We played Shift at Midnight. How was? I haven't played that yet. I want to at some point. I'm just gonna wait here next to the doo-doo juice and wait for the ghost to hunt. It was so much fun. Oh, I definitely want to do it.
I heard
Started
it
last night
mixes
loving
well in
it.
margarita.
I saw Chinggis play for a little bit. Just a little bit. You'll have a blast? Okay. Harder than I thought it was going to be. We will give it a whirl and see how it goes. It's probably just taking time eating the crucifixes. That's probably why it's taking so long. Hi, Mr. Song. Hello, sir. There we go. Beetle, thank you for the year, homie. Fast twin or slow twin? Well. All right. Nope. See, the table's broken. It might be. All right, round 2 fight. Hide and go seek. Hide and go seek. Hide and go seek. Fine, F you. Why is it not? It's definitely better in a group. Really? Okay. Okay. Interesting. I think I've heard some people say that they weren't sure how they felt about it being in a group. Is it broken? I don't know. It ate the crucifix again. Goodbye. Oh, that worked. Okay. Hey, Lesser. The stream has been good. How have you been? It'll probably hunt in a second. Had a group of 4. Very entertaining. Okay. Well, then maybe I'll have to get some friendos to do it. I almost want to try it solo once, just so I know what it's like, and then play with a group. That might be the way. Mr. Song, 78 months. What the hell? Oh, my God. I can't believe it's been that long. Oh, love you, homie. Thank you so much, dude. Ask about the pickles. I got you. Hide and seek. How old are you? Right, F you too. Jerk. All right, well, everyone has a smudge at the ready, so I'll just survive. We should start a new job at the airport plus work at a local baseball stadium. Oh, let's go. That's freaking cool. It's fast, man. That's a fast twin. Mr. Rappa, hello, sir. I felt like she was coming right for me. Excuse me, ma'am. All right. Das dat. Nice.
No one died.
Nobody died. Look at that. A bunch of living people. Let's go. What was coming in hot? All right. Roger that. Twins in the twin bedroom. Who'da thunk it? We should have known.
Oh my god, I never had a lighter.
There's an extra lighter right there. Hey, world's foxiest grandpa. Hello, friend. Oh my god.
Welcome back.
That's pretty funny. I also did not realize you didn't have a lighter. So if you would have been the one to smudge, that would have been bad news bears. It's going well. How are you?
Well, I guess it's a good thing it never came to me.
I guess so. Whoopsies. All right. Well, you know, we have not done a Tangle Street. I feel like we gonna. I feel like it's a must.
Ended on a tangle.
Landed on the tangle. Let's do the things. Very cool shirt. Where do I get it? Which shirt? Which one? If you go to your character, if you're talking about this one right here, the character customization, you can get it that way. Or let's jump with the skull one. The skull one's a prestige shirt. Edward Thompson, we need to repel, get 2 sounds, and cleanse. Yeah, it just all depends on who you're talking about. Hi, Norm.
It's a big bush.
Grab
You
the
know,
lighter
Pizza Friday?
beforehand.
I certainly did. What are we laughing at? Somebody say something about a big bush? What?
Breaker is on.
Roger that. Thank you, Breaker. Any ghosty sounds?
Nothing yet.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Adam? Ghosty woasty. I'll start checking temps. It's being lame.
Oh, we have the mirror.
Ooh, you say, oh shit. I'll do a peek. Yeah, it's in the basement.
Of course it is.
It's just, maybe it wanted a group. Maybe it didn't like solo stuff, you know? See, look, I told you. Oh, look, now it's all kinds of active. Oh my god. Hey, I'm at 5. Ghosty loves choo-choo trains. You can't blame it. I just want to ease a little tension. Slowly. What was the ghosty's name again? Edward Thompson. What? Game at 5. Can't be a dying. Okay. Hey, Yukesh, how are you?
Right. Look.
What?
Just a single.
Oh, the little boop boop.
It's trying.
Little boop boop. it's new here. All right, I'll grab a sound recorder. See if we get a perfect game. Ghost is getting a bump of that good. Oh my god. Isn't there a thing right now where all the closets are open?
I'm not sure.
I think there's a bug. Oh, look at the lights on. Oh, did the ghosty do that? Is Mayor a possibility? Oh, Mayor's not even a possibility. Never mind. Oh,
You want to
dots.
spirit box it? Oh.
Doodskis.
Thanks, Ghost.
Yeah, look at that. And it was in person. So,
So
nice.
I did see that. Okay.
I'm going to put down some salt. Definitely salt walk that way, so if it wants to come back. Oh. I think we might have a wraith on our hands.
Okay.
Which means we are missing...
Spirit box.
Oh, spirit box.
It's on the floor. Wait.
It's on the floor. I'm blind. Oh, there it is. Oh, 1 second. He's frustrated. We figured out what he was. Where are you? Are you here? Wait, what did I just record? Game at 5. Turn it off. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Oh my god. Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? What the hell? Hold on, let me try something. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Am I? Where are you? Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Where are you?
See, it's following you.
It was because the train light was on.
Yeah, I picked it up and took a photo.
Where are you?
Okay.
Slips away.
Frickin' train lights, man. I didn't even think about it. I was like, I was just running around like, what the hell's going on? Train lights being on. You can't have the spirit box that way. Adoy. Adoy.
Got it.
You get the dot photo? Oh, nice.
Oh, that didn't count the video though.
Oh, we have everything but the videos. All right, we got the bone. We got that. We know what the ghost is. Yeah. And there's a firelight. Here you go. Here's this as well. Who's doing videos? All right, I'll put this guy over here. Oh. He was on the stairs.
Ooh.
Where?
Oh, spicy. I'm gonna get a smudge. the lights of the model house actually interfere with the spirit box. Yeah, which means that if the ghost turns on the lights to the train set, that it's not a mare, or he can't be a mare. All right, let me get this guy. And we'll just we'll grab these just you know, just for funsies. Ads are trying to play. I'm gonna snooze them. On it. I'm on it. Hey, Mr. Hasu, what's up, dude?
What did you do now?
Nothing. All right, motion, fire, burned. What else do you need?
Oh, I already got that one.
You already got that?
Oh.
Oh, that was a long walk. Oh, but he like disappeared like halfway through.
Yeah. But do we have another Crucy in there?
Wait. Oh. Object throw would still work.
I don't know.
I also do not know. I'm gonna try to be at the ready. Ghosty? Ghosty. Interaction. I'll take it. What is the... Oh no, it literally disappears. Oh my god, I hate it here. Hold on. He's doing a lot of walking, right? Did I just see him again? Son of a bitch. Goop, that's a goop. Run. Uh-oh. That sounded like an uh-oh.
Someone died in the closet. It's fine.
Oh no. Look. One for our homies.
Here.
He's got his hand out like, listen, you see, the thing is. Oh no, that's okay. It already used the cursed item, gone back to the truck, used up all the smudge sticks and left. Oh, whatever. You're gonna run into pricks every now and then, man. It's gonna happen. Got you through the door. What a jerk. What an absolute jerk. Do we have everything else though?
Yep. We got everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goal for the month. If you do exclamation point sub goal, it should say it. The number should show up in the chat message. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, he's having a rest. All right, we got our wraith. Let's get out of here. Nice. Hi, Norm. Norm, we tried. We tried, Norm. Ay. Sean, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Once was a game I had a yokai. Did the mirror ability? Oh, no, that's just by chance. If the ghost just so happens to flip the switch like that. Yeah. Stupid ghosty grabbing you through a door. What a dingus.
Through the door.
Ruda.
There.
Friends, thank you guys so much for joining the games.
Thank
I appreciate
you.
you. Mayor, thank you for stepping
Thanks
in
for
too.
the game.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. I will see you later,
Bye.
friends.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. Oh man. Lighting a candle and playing a piano will count for object misplaced for. Wait, what?
Welcome back. I
Oh,
prepared some jobs for you.
Playing the piano counts for miss. Are you asking me? Or are you saying that that's how that goes? I'm confused. I'm a little confuzzled. Asking? No, I don't think so. No. light switches, moving unique objects, turning on faucets, turning on or off the breaker, that stuff works. But playing the piano, that's no, that's not going to do it for sure. Guys, I'm going to run ads real quick because they're trying to fight us. So I do 3 minutes every hour, friends. I'm going to go ahead and do them real quick. Hey, Squishy Penguin, welcome in. There's a fly trying to attack me. All right. Panda Gamer, thank you for the raid, dude. Appreciate you. Bamboo, hello, Panda. It's the Bamboo raid. Thank you, man. I'm so sorry if you're in the, well, if they're in the ads, they can't hear me. Here, let's stop that. How to check in? Channel points. Yeah, it's just a channel point redeem. We had added it initially whenever I didn't get the whatever you call it, though, the watch streaks. I didn't get that in my stream. So we added the channel point stuff. Yeah. But I left it. The check-in thing, I just left it there anyway. Warrior, thank you for the sub, man. That's probably going to be the last one of our games. Yeah, we'll find someone to raid here in a minute or two. Yeah, it's 11:30. Again, I don't want to be going too late because I have a couple of people that are going to be trying to sleep. So I don't want them to have to listen to me. Yeah. Tubes, we're going to go ahead and end it there, friends. And then we're going to find someone to raid on Twitch. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. Ads are another minute and a half. They're going to hit anyway. I was like, we might as well do it. Oh, of course, man. I mean, it's my normal stream time anyway, so it makes sense. Thank you, Mr. Rafa. I think there might be a glitch right now for hide and seek on the Ouija board. How do I report it? Oh, you just go to the website to report it. Yeah. When did he stop? Wait, when did who stop what? Yeah, if you go to that link right there, that is where you can report stuff. The exclamation point Phas help. Wicked, thank you so much, man. It's about to get better. Nice. Heck yeah. It's a fun game, man. I'm excited to play more game, but like when new stuff comes out to Phas, we always kind of play the crap out of it. Are you gonna make tonight's highlight into a video? That depends. I'll go back through the games, and then if there's a couple games that I want to make into a video, I will. Kept trying to do hide and seek, and it didn't work. I would assume that there's something wrong. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with reporting it. I'll probably report it too, and I'll say something inside of the partner chat and just let them know that it's not working. Yeah, I'll say the same thing. For assures. There we go. Now they're done. Was that for song? Yeah. When in doubt, oh, it's just when there's new stuff. I mean, we gotta highlight it. We gotta play it because we want to. Definitely don't have to. It's because I love to. That's why. All right. Yep.
Wow, that's toxic.
All right, let us go find us a raid friend, shall we? Find somewhere to send you guys off to. What is the next rework? Edgefield? It should be. Yeah, the Edgefield rework should happen in December as of right now. And then Ridgeview, we assume next year along with the new map, but we don't know exactly when that's going to happen. Servania, thanks for joining the games, man. I'm glad you're able to play. Stop it. There, stop it. There we go. Is it only Willow that's been? No. They reworked Tanglewood, Bleasdale, Grafton, any of the maps that were just the generic, like stuff that they built it with. They've been reworking all those maps one by one. They've been getting some flack for that because people are like, well, just leave them alone and add new maps. But it doesn't make sense when the whole point is that they're trying to make it so the entire game is theirs. And they're not releasing a 1.0 game that's made of a bunch of other people's assets. So they're trying. Oh, you're good, Squishy. No worries. No, you're good. Hey, Captain Joey, how the streams been? What was I watching of yours, sir? I don't remember what Ghost game you were playing. I think you're a creator for it. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it's called. I lost it. But I'm fairly certain that you're an official creator for them. Going good? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, I don't remember which one. But I was just trying to, because I've never played it before. So I was watching for a while. It was, I'm pretty sure it was Abnormality. I think that's the one that I was watching you play. And you had there was a lot of changes. They had made a lot of changes to it. New updates, so much fun. Maybe I'll have to give it a whirl, man. Warrior, thank you for the biddy. Just got tier 2 crucifix today. Happy about that. Heck yeah. Did I just see him drinking out of a... Did I just see him drinking out of a Disney refill mug? Sorry, looking at our raid persons. Well, no, it wasn't timed out. It was probably, well, it probably was timed out. I assume it was for spamming messages back to back to back. I can assume that's probably why. Yeah, one can assume. All right, we are going to go raid, friends. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. If you are not in the Discord already, the Discord's there. Socials are there. I appreciate you guys. What's behind you? There's nothing back there. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. All right. If you're a follower, that first one's yours. If you are a sub, the next one's yours. And Creepy Tier 3's, that is yours. We are going to go raid a friendo. I assume he's still going. I just want to make sure before we leave. Next stream, Sunday. Yeah. 1 p.m. Eastern. For sure. Phantom, thank you. Thank you guys so much. Hold, please. Just hold. I'm verifying. I don't want to send you guys and then immediately be sent off. Yeah, just hold. Just a little bit of patience. A little bit of patience. Thank you, Wicked. Have a good one too. I appreciate you. Oh, is the song command actually pulling the songs? Nice. Dude, I'll tell you what happened today. My God. I got spam emailed from YouTube about claims. And it's been happening where it's like I get an email that's like revenue sharing in one of my live stream videos, and it's like for YouTube, and then I get an email saying claim released, and it's all Monster Cat stuff. I was like, dude, what the heck is going on? The issue is due to a known bug that our team is currently working on, and a fix should be in place within the next couple of days. Is it? I think it's because they're changing from Monster Cat, like that, whatever the thing is, to whatever the hell it's called, sound something. I don't know. So yeah, I've just been getting endless emails that are like, this is claimed, now it's clean, like now it's clear. This is claimed, now you should be fine. It's like, oh my God, please stop. Hi, Karumba. No, so it's what happens if you don't have a license for it song. They don't just like copyright claim your entire video. They do. It's a rev share. So basically you're sharing revenue with Monster Cat. And I've had a license with them for 6 years, probably at this point. In 2020, that was the first time I ever purchased a license, but they started changing stuff over. So them changing stuff over to this new, whatever it's called, is messing with everything. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have had a license the entire time. That has not changed at all. Yeah. Patience, but I'm not a doctor. I hate it here. Yeah, the rebrand or whatever it's called. I don't know. It's the sound something. It's whatever it is. Ay, 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 ay. Tom had some fun trying to find a new playlist with Monster Cat. Yeah, I'm going to add more songs. I found a few that I did put hearts on. I just haven't added them to the playlist yet. Was my next stream with Doc? I don't know. It's always very random with us. Monster Cat forever be my go-to for the back of the RL days. Yeah, it's good music, man. It's still good music. All right. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to raid, and then you guys are going to do the drop command into Cars chat. We're going to do it real fast, okay? Thank you guys so much for an amazing stream. I will see you guys on Sunday for more fun. We are already getting close to 3/4 of the way to the monthly goal. That's going to add another viewer day. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much. I will see you on Sunday for more fun. Bye.